Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dear John Show Christmas special. I hope you've all had a great week. I hope everything has gone well for you. And let us see what we have in line for tonight. First of all, this show is dedicated to my good friend, long may he rest in peace, God bless him, John Reynard, his wife Christine, and his daughter Rachel. And a big mention, I have to give a big mention to Unicorn Security. Big mention to Fran Bennett especially. Fran, you are an absolute angel. And thank you for all you've done for me leading up to Christmas. You've made Christmas possible. And to all the other guys as well, and if I miss any names I do apologise. Tom Miller, Cliff Unwin, Gary Higgins, and Darren Hickey, Mike Mousdale, Owen Rogers, Kevin McGovern, and many, many more. I'm sure the girls upstairs, Sarah and things were involved as well. And just say thank you all so much for Christmas. Also, I have some congratulations to go out tonight. I have congratulations to Kushal Gurung on his award for Best Improved Student in Taekwondo. Well done, Kushal. And we have one, Richard Donna McCabe. I know these ladies and gentlemen from poetry sites. And young Lindsay, their granddaughter. Congrats to Lindsay for her award in Fighting Dragon's most enthusiastic student. And my son, Jack Kavanagh, who received this letter from the local college here in Warrington Collegiate, for his interview and his acceptance on the 17th of January 2019. Jack, well done. I am absolutely proud of your son. And I've got to read a little quote before I start the show, because this one I really loved when I seen it earlier on today. And bear this in mind as we go through the show, guys. When you are going through difficulty and wonder where God is, remember, the teacher is always quiet during the test. And that is so true. There's always a quiet when there's a test on. Yes, we get tested throughout life. Call on God. You got your God. And just don't expect to be standing there in front of you. You got to do the work, guys. Well, what have I got tonight? Who have I got tonight? And who I have tonight is this lady. Now, I had that lady. She's just disappeared again. Come back, Marina. Where are you gone? Stop jumping around. Marina Dupree Batchel. Would you believe it? I do.
Yes, I'm here.
You're there, Marina, and I can see you clearly. Wow, look at those sexy headphones. Get in.
And I'm even dressed in red for Christmas.
You are.
Yeah.
You look great in red. Lady in red.
Yeah, and here's the thing is I really do not wear red often.
Ooh, showing off tonight,
at church,
eh?
someone at church told me this morning, because I just got back, and they're like going, why don't you wear red more often? I said, because I don't think I look good in red. Oh, you don't have any idea how good you look in red. Yes, and it was a guy. Yes, it was.
Oh dear. I can smell wedding cake. I don't know about anyone else.
No.
Oh,
His
dear.
wife was His wife was standing right next to him.
Oh, that's okay. You can have 7 wives. It don't matter. Just have 7. Selection box for Christmas, Marina. Hey.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Ah, my God. Well, hello, everybody. It's great to see you all in here. Dale Warren, Nina Tilo,
And it's great
Steve
to be able to be
McGeady,
back.
Chris Edridge. Oh, it's great to have you back. Diane Borges. Marina, you're here as well. Bloody hell. Wow.
Yeah.
Anthro.
Hey,
Marina
everybody.
Van Staden.
That I didn't get a chance to say hi to yet.
Wow, they're flying in at the minute, Marina. They're absolutely flying in. So,
Well, at least I have a voice to read tonight.
yeah,
today.
You all, Livia York, welcome. Lovely to see you, Livia. Livia's in Australia. So it's the middle of the night. It's about 3 a.m. And Livia's up watching the show. Wow, thank you, Liv.
Yeah, you better. Well, I don't know. I'm usually up at 3 a.m. too.
You're usually up all the bloody time. Never mind 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you just continuously go. You're like a Duracell.
No, blame that on the Benadryl that I'm taking now.
Send me some. Send me some. I need some.
Let me tell you. I don't like Benadryl. It's not as bad this time because I turned into the Energizer Bunny. You guys. I mean, everybody. My daughter, you give her Benadryl, she's out for 12 hours. You give me and my son Benadryl, and we're like doing the happy dance for the next 12 hours. But we had to do something because the allergies were getting way out of control, and my doctor didn't want me to get any kind of infection from it, but
That's good.
So I've been coughing. I was hoarse. Last week is probably a good thing I couldn't read because I don't know if anybody would have understood anything I said.
Well, who have you got to read? Who have you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm going to read 4 of the 5 poems that I had for last week that I didn't get to read. The 5th poem I'm not reading because he sent me a Christmas poem. So I'm going to read the 2 Christmas poems I have last. So I have Pete Slater, and I have George Brobeck, and I have Diane Selinsky, and I have somebody by the name of John Kavanaugh.
Don't know him.
I don't know him either. And then I have one by myself and also one by Sean Jacobson. And I'm going to read his last. I was supposed to read him last week. So I'm going to save that poem for another week, and I'm going to read the Christmas poem tonight.
Excellent.
Which is absolutely beautiful.
Well, I'm going to let you roll this on.
Well, I'm going to read his last, and the reason why is because I want to explain something after I read it. I think you guys will be amazed by what I tell you. Okay?
Okay.
Well, let me get it going then. If I'm going to go first, you going to read with me, or I'm going first?
You're gonna go all the way.
I'm gonna. God, that's been a long time since I did that. Anyway, I could. God, you say something like that to me, I couldn't help it. And I got my coffee. I got my coffee right here, Bubba, and I just left church. Shame on me. Anyway. I know. I know I'm in trouble now, but that's
hold
okay.
on. We have slight echoes. They're saying. Now, go on, carry on, Marna.
We do?
No, okay. Go on, carry on.
Okay, the first one I'm reading is "Where Memories Are Made" by Pete Slater. There are signs behind the lines in my face, signs of happy times and youthful crimes. Each one deserves its place. These lines, hard won, cannot be undone. And I would never trade a single one for smooth-skinned inexperience. These lines I've earned through things I've learned. So I wear them with some sense of pride. Behind each fold, there's a story to be told. And maybe some things to hide. With each and every crease, there's an anecdote released to be shared at a later date. The story of my crow's feet is rather more bittersweet. As you will learn when I finally relate, a face lived in like rhino skin, thick and armor plated, never a step too far. For those hard-won battle scars, never leaving me deflated. There's still room for more, an ever open door where memories are made.
You know what? That's a true life experience piece, isn't it?
I loved it. I know it's like one of those, wow, yes, okay, I'm reading that one.
Hello, Christine Barker and Jesse. No, go on, man.
It's like,
go.
Okay. Golly, geez. Okay. I know. Let me get this one down at the bottom.
You're getting the one at the bottom.
No, I'm putting this back at the bottom of my computer. Okay. Now the next one I'm reading is the poem by some guy that we don't know. Put down your drinks, everyone, okay? I'm just telling you that. The name of this poem is titled Hell hath hell has no coal. I met the Grim Reaper one cold winter's night. He sneaked up on me and killed me with fright. My soul, it rose up from the floor where it fell. The Grim Reaper there, waiting to take me to hell. I begged and I pleaded for my poor soul's fate. The Grim Reaper, he told me I'd left it too late. I told him my soul played no part in my sin, but he opened hell's doors and threw my soul in. I looked around hell, and to my surprise, there were no burning coals and no suffering cries. Satan stretched out on a plush leather seat. Come in, he said to me. I'm glad we now meet. I sent the Grim Reaper to gather your soul. The reason being that hell has no coal. With all Earth's power stations burning the coal, it's left here in hell an awful black hole. I looked up at Satan, and his eyes, they did roll. I said, I see not one demon. I see not one soul. Have they all escaped? Have they all gotten free? No, spat back Satan. They took redundancy. I'm sorry, I could not believe what Satan just said. Redundancy payouts in hell for the dead. I almost felt sorry seeing Satan this way. No one to scream at and no one to flay. I have an idea, I said with a smile, but you'll have to convert from coal for a while. You could fit central heating to heat back up hell and have work for your demons and bad souls as well. Eureka, said Santa, and he jumped up and down. Let's do some shopping in hell's high street town. I can buy radiators and a few wind turbines, and to get back the payments, I'll make them pay fines. The imps in the high street were standing in holes. They'd had to stop dancing because there were no more coals. Most of the shops now had closing down sales. Rads and wind turbines and bathroom weighing scales. Just what I need, said Santa to me. Rads and wind turbines, 8,000,003. Should be enough to restore what old hell's heat and get the imps dancing again in the street. Satan, he put me in charge of the task. He gave me some gloves and a brand new face mask. He told me to take all the demons and souls and make them scream loudly while digging out holes. There were Christians and Muslims and Jews in this place, all bickering and fighting and debating their case, calling for strikes and downing of tools, set me off screaming. Shut up, you damn fools. Yous have left it too long now to fight and debate. You have all landed here because of your hate. So don't no one forget it. I'm now in control. Get yourselves moving. Get digging each hole. Get working, you cretins. Start breaking your backs. They scream louder and louder to my wielding whip cracks. Satan, he smiled and he stuck out his chest. My dear man, my dear non-believer, I knew you'd be best. Day after day, they dug up hell's ground. Some souls were dispensed some souls were dispensed of, while others were found. Nevertheless, the work was going well. New central heating would soon be in hell. 12 tons of concrete was pumped into the holes to stabilize turbines and bury some souls. We just needed water to fill up the rads so Satan could wallow in hell's own new fads. To Satan's own quarters, I was summoned one day. Come in, non-believer. For a while, won't you stay? I am really impressed by your work and display. Your efforts, please tell me, how can I repay? Well, I said, Satan, I do like my role, but my time back on earth is so missed by this soul. Put me in the vessel that once I called mine, so I can drink whiskey and vodka and wine. In just a short second, the blink of an eye, I felt a great jolting. I let out a sigh. Back in the body that lay on the floor, before the grim reaper took me out the door. Well, now I am back in both body and soul, and hell central heated. It doesn't need coal. But Satan's not happy. His bill is sky high. I might just have trouble when again I do die. And that's by John Kavanaugh.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
Marna.
I'm sorry, I kind of kept messing up because see, I knew what was coming, and part of me was laughing already.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Because I knew what was coming. Are you kidding me? Enjoyed it? Why do you think I said I want to read that?
Oh.
That was just, now I know it might not be something that really should have been read at Christmas, but then again, why not?
I told you he wasn't such a bad guy after all, didn't I?
Well, no, sometimes he's not.
No. I mean, he got them central heat and he was thinking of them.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, thank you, Chris Edridge.
Okay, this next one. Now I gotta go from that to a love poem. Oh my gosh. This is by George Brobeck, and it's called Love Song. And the note he sent with it was, rededicating this to my wife for when I first penned this 41 years ago. Although no longer living in northern New Mexico, by the time I wrote this, the imagery was still seared in my mind's eye. Okay? And if y'all don't know, it's that northern New Mexico is kind of like part desert. I'm sure Charlotte could tell us because that's where she's from. Is from that area.
Yes.
So she can tell us. It's called Love Song by George Brobeck, and it is beautiful. And we needed that after the hell and cold, you know. How best to sing a wordless song, ethereal melody, no ear can hear. Life's eternal quandary, love too short a word, cannot suffice to write a symphony, but only set the key. How best to dance the rhythm of two souls entwined, two hearts in harmony, beating time. How dance at all while all the world is fast asleep, or marching to its own discordant noise with earplugs of ego. How best to soar where few may fly, or ride a comet to the stars. How best to speak with atoms holding hands, to see a dream and make it real, elusive hint of endless promise. Our song is in the eagle's flight, with Tempinian ocean surf, windswept pines over violins, snow-grown streams are clarinets, and flute a springhorn baby bird. The cougar sounds our trumpets call, a mountain elk the trombones answer, all to rain's sweet harmony. The butterflies whirling, magic dance, echoes our life's rhythm, two in one. We see our hope in evening stars and plant our dreams on distant mountaintops. In our love we find unity. In our unity we find ourselves. And in ourselves we find all.
We really do. At times we
Is
really
that,
do. It just doesn't
is
seem to
that,
last long enough, does it?
well, it didn't for me, but, you know.
Ah,
But like I
beautiful
said,
piece.
yeah, it wasn't it. I just, my heart melted when I read that. I'm like going,
Oh, absolutely.
sometimes you don't have to do all the kissy feely to have something romantic. That was not. And he used the nature to, really speak his words. And, I just thought that was just so beautiful. It was one of those, yes, gotta read that.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I have found some really, yes, I gotta read that. Even about Hell Hath No Co. That one was one I had to read.
yeah. I've danced with the devil. I've danced for him, for God's sake. He's not a
That
bad
was
lad.
that was funny. Well, that's okay. Our sermon at church today was about fruitcakes,
Okay.
and not the way you're thinking. He says everybody's got too many fruitcakes in their family, and we're like, put it this way, I don't know if I've ever laughed at a sermon like that in my life. It was really hysterical. And then we always have announcements before the end of service, and those were just as funny. I said, gosh, I had to go find the restroom as soon as I got out of service before I could go sit in my naughty chair.
Hello,
It
Sus
was just,
Hamburg and JT Lozano. That's a brand new name to me.
yeah, me too. Hello and welcome. Okay, now the next one I'm reading is by Diane Selinsky, and it's untitled, but this may be the first line may be the title, I'm not sure, but I'm going to read it as though it's untitled. It's the one I sent to you that you said, ooh, so true.
Yeah.
I think you might remember it. Yeah. Okay, this is, like I said, untitled. Family was designed with love and unity in mind. A tight-knit bond that is one of a kind. A place of refuge where we can go. And a place of security as a whole. What has happened to this unit's design? It has crumbled, one fragment at a time. I'm so sad at what I see. No more family unity. Everyone's arguing and holding a grudge. No one is willing to budge. Years go by with nothing said. Then suddenly it's too late because I'm dead. That's when it hits us like lead. How about some love and forgiveness now instead?
That is.
That was one of those, hits you right where it hurts,
Yes, absolutely. The watchmaker, we do. We get too busy, we get too distracted and everything else. And then before we know it, we get ill. And then we have regrets. We didn't do what we were supposed
Yes,
to
we
do.
do. And I think that's in every family, and it's nothing against the family. It's just things that happen because what are we? We're human.
Exactly, yes. We're
We're
stupid as
not,
well.
well, that I'm not even going to deny that. But it's like it's what we do, and we're human, and like I said, when my husband died, there were people that had some regrets about little things, and I said, you know what? Let those regrets go. Let that go. Because that's not what happened. It's not because of that.
Yeah,
It's just happened, you know. And I said, besides that, you know him, he would have forgiven you. He forgave you anyway. It's all good.
yeah.
But it eats away at you. It does. So now I'm going to read my first Christmas poem.
Mm. Right now, right now. Oh,
What?
oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, go ahead.
Oh wait, I got before I start. My son works for Walmart, which I'm sure you know what Walmart is. Bring up you know, uh, big store,
Yeah.
nationwide here in the US. My son played Santa Claus yesterday. Well, his wife brought the two kids. What I thought was funny is that they didn't know who Santa Claus was. I'm like, yeah, you must have done that really good because they didn't know who you were. But then he says, Mom, there might be a video that goes viral. If it does, I'll send it to you. Evidently, Santa Claus it's a dance they call the Walmart Shuffle, and he was doing it all through the store. Next thing he knows, everybody's taking a video of him doing the Walmart Shuffle as Santa Claus.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, God, I can't wait to see that. That was funny.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. Huh?
Brilliant. I'm not doing a
Oh, yeah, but
Walmart shuffle, by the way. You carry on.
oh, you're not doing the Walmart Shuffle? Oh,
No.
I saw somebody else do it. I said, if he was that good, I'm gonna have to make sure that I've gone to the potty before I look at it because, yeah, it was hysterical. And
Go
see, my
on.
son's played Santa Claus before, but this is going to be something new. Okay, this is one that I wrote, and I hope it is enjoyed. And
We
it's
won't
called
know until you read it.
Let Us Not Forget. Soon it will be Christmas, the season of giving and love. But let us not forget that the greatest gift comes from above. Remember the story of the precious baby who in a manger lay, that would give his life one day, that we would be set free. I give him all the glory and praise, for his gift has ransomed me. Yes, it will be Christmas soon as we celebrate the baby's birth, a baby named Jesus, knowing all our worth. I celebrate too with upraised hands, thanking his Father who created me just as I am.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Human.
beautiful. Yes. Oh,
I just
yes.
I wrote that because it does mean a lot to me, because of my blindness and other things. I'm created just as I am, and I have no regrets, and I surely do not, hold him accountable for that because everything that I've been through has made me who I am. He's created me
Exactly.
this way,
Yes. Well said.
and it's like there's other thing. I got more things than that to worry about. That's not an issue for me. I'm who I am, and whoever doesn't like it, well, I already told you what I tell them. But
Exactly.
anyway, it's not a nice word.
No, no, no. It's
Okay.
not a show word. No, no, no. It's not a show word.
Nope. 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 It's not. Okay. The next one I'm reading is called Angel Light, and it's by Sean Jacobson. And he had sent me one to read that I'm going to be reading later on in another show. But he sent me this. He goes, I'm saying something for Christmas. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. Okay, here goes. Angel light. In my home today, surrounded by season's lights, I am lifted up. The angel on my tree with white halo shines. Her blue companion glows bluely from the end table. On my bookcase, angelic hosts lend their colors, green, cardinal, and gold. They shine out strongly. With the lesser lights, they claim this place for color against the leaden season. An oasis of multicolored brightness on this grinding gray day. Once in deep and misty time, when history and legend intertwine, shepherds saw strange lights in the sky, a great angelic host, a star brighter than others. The choir proclaimed a light beyond nature that would break through the leaden world with color that would be our salvation from the grinding gray of our lives. And through the ages, color has broken through. Great hymns with master works of art, writers with gifts of wonder and imagination, and prophets calling us to change the world so that it would be a citadel of light and beauty against the leaden spirits that assail us with the grinding grayness of their beings. Against such we need the salvation of light and life. Lights of this season are an arrow pointing us to a greater light.
Angels, my favorite genre.
I know that. I thought about that when he said, why do you think I said I gotta read it? But here's something y'all should know about Sean Jacobson, and I'm not saying this to give him more praise, but when I say this and the fact that he wrote this so visually, Sean Jacobson is totally blind.
Bless.
Yes, he's one of the members from the division, the writers division that I'm a member of, and I had at our board meeting, I'd asked someone to send me poetry if they wanted to, and that I was going to send it to put in our magazine that we do. And he said, "Can I? Even though the magazine's not out yet, can I send you something?" I said, "Sure." So he sent me that, and I felt so blessed that he sent me that.
That's a lovely piece, though.
I know, and I mean, but again, like he said, put in there imagination. That's how he writes. That's how I write so much of my stuff. That's how he writes too.
Not,
So I had to share that.
yes, exactly. You had to, big time.
And that's my 6.
Sex?
Yeah, I had 6.
Good almighty. Wow.
You told me I could.
No wonder I'm knackered.
No, shut up. You told me I could. I read yours. I read Diane's. I read Pete's. I read George's. I read mine, and I read Sean's.
You did, and we enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, I was glad to be able to be here.
Delighted
You
to
can
have you
see
back in, man.
You can see I'm starting to get a little hoarse. So
Yeah, your voice is beginning to struggle.
my voice is.
We'll give you 2 for the next show. Give your throat a chance to dry up.
I don't know if I'll be here for the next show.
You're getting off. Are you going to your new show?
No.
No,
I may
no.
not be here for the next 2 weeks.
You won't be
I
here
don't
for
know if
2
I'll be.
weeks.
I may not be here for 2 weeks. Next week I may be babysitting. If I can arrange to get it and write it down, I can still do it from my son's house. But I have to write it down, which I'm going to try to do. So I'm not going. The
Okay.
next week though, but on the 6th of January, it's the birthday party for 2 of my grandchildren.
No problem.
So that I have to be there for.
Of course you do. Yes.
Because if Mama Monkey does not show up, they will not be happy.
Oh.
So how do you like my earbud? earbuds, my earphones?
I love your earphones. Yes. Very sexy. Big
Oh, okay,
tone
okay,
on.
okay.
Lovely,
Okay, you
lovely
getting
piece
as
of.
blind as I am? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I couldn't
mine.
help that.
Mine.
What?
I hope you have an absolutely wonderful Christmas with the kids.
Yeah, we're supposed to be going to my son's house, the one who's having the birthday party on the 6th. What it is, one's birthday, my grandson John, the one who has the one whose grandpa has his name. No, John, it don't work that way, you know. But but yeah, his birthday was yesterday on the 22nd, and then my granddaughter, hers is on January 4th. So instead of having two parties, with Christmas and New Year's in between, they put them together. And John doesn't care that he has to wait. And the baby, she's too little to know the difference. So that's why we do what we do.
It's okay, Chris. Mine is just having to lie down. It's okay.
Huh?
She's fine. She's fine. Yeah, we can't see her.
What?
She's playing hide and go seek. Yeah, she's just
Oh,
hide
oh
and seek.
no, I'm back. I forgot.
Welcome back, Marna.
You got to no, I was up like at 2 o'clock this morning, and then I went back to sleep, woke up about 3:30, went back to sleep, woke up about 4:30, then I woke up about 5:30, and then when the alarm went off, I ain't going to tell you what I said, because I'm like, no, I'm not getting up, but I did.
You have to lay off that eggnog.
No, I didn't have eggnog. I don't remember the last time I've had an alcoholic sip of anything. Maybe
There
I
you
need
go.
to. I no, wait, I got some wine in my fridge. Maybe I got some strawberry wine, actually.
You got the whole group now. The whole community is going to send you a phone holder. Wow.
Well, what it is, when I plug in the earphones, I can't like I usually stand it up against my monitor,
Yeah.
and I can't do it because it's
Because they
plugged
go
in
into
at
the bottom.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but you look really handsome in your Santa Claus suit.
Oh, thank you, Marna. Do you know, I swore I would never do stuff like this, but you just got it. Now and
Hey,
again, you got to step outside the box.
I'm sure my son swore that he would never, ever, ever do the Walmart shuffle, but he did that too. But the best request he got, I don't know if it was a little girl, but one kid went up to him and said that he or she, I think it was a she, wanted a baby sister.
I got it all back in order.
My son goes, how do you answer that? I said, I don't know. You're Santa Claus.
Oh, Marna.
Oh.
Have fun at the birthday party. Make sure the kids have fun.
That's going to be in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still take preparation.
Yeah. Well, no, they're preparing. We're just going.
Excellent. Excellent.
And they're doing it, like, this is really cool. They're doing it where the kids have daycare. So there's places for the kids to play, and there's even a room where the adults can play little games like, like there's a pool table and stuff like that. So everybody loves it. And they just, she doesn't charge them for it. It's just to go do it.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Yes, I know. It's really a lot of fun. That's what we had it last year. This is really great having two at one time.
Yes, exactly, yes. As they say, kill two birds with one stone. Yeah.
Yes, because my grandson, as long as you give him anything Batman, he's happy. And the little girl, as long as you give her anything Trolls, she's very happy. So it all works,
It's not me under here.
Huh?
I'm not behind this suit. This isn't me. This
It's
isn't
not
John.
you?
This is Santa.
That's right.
Santa
I know that.
Claus. Yeah. Okay.
Santa Claus.
Oh.
Now do you believe?
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to send you a poem about what happened one Christmas that you probably don't want to talk about.
Oh, I'll always talk about
you don't.
Christmas.
No, not when Rudolph takes a nap and doesn't wake up, and you had to get one of his cousins, and his name was Right Turn Randolph, and the reason he got that name, he had the nose that worked, but he had no sense of direction. He had a mean set of brakes.
Well, I've got to let Sus Hamburg know now. Santa's wearing nothing. Sat over there, tied up on a chair in the corner. And if you think I'm swiveling the camera, woman, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, y'all all have a great Christmas, and I'm glad I could bring y'all some excellent poetry tonight.
Oh, thank you, Marina, for bringing it to us and sharing it with us. Absolutely beautiful. And I hope you
I
have a
love you
wonderful,
guys.
wonderful Christmas. We love you to
You too.
pieces.
Mwah.
Mwah. Take it
I
easy,
got a
Marina.
kiss from Santa Claus. Santa Claus blew me a kiss.
I saw Mama kissing Santa Claus.
I tried to get John to dress up as Santa Claus one time, and he said no. He said because one of the kids come out here and they see that, if you kissing me, I'm going to hear that song for the next 5 years. I said, that's probably right.
Welcome back, Livia. Marla, have a wonderful week ahead and
You
a wonderful
too.
2 weeks. You can let me know whether you're going to make it next week or not, yeah?
I sure
And we'll
will.
keep
I
it
sure
going.
will.
Cheers, Marla.
Okay.
Lovely having you back tonight.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. What can I say? Marla Dupree Badger, all the way up in the USA, and 6 beautiful poems there. Well, 5 anyway. I'm not going to say which one, but beautiful to have Marla back with us tonight. And welcome back, Livia York. Guys, where do I go from here? I go straight into my piece here, and I'm going to bring another lady on. I love bringing the ladies on. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm a glutton for punishment, that's all. I just love my punishment. She is such a wonderful lady. She is indeed. Christine, good
Hello,
evening,
my darling.
and welcome to the Dear John Show.
Santa baby, you're looking lovely, darling.
Oh, yeah. I might get one of these suits for life,
Yeah, you must be sweating under all that lot.
I am. Buckets. Absolute buckets.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. It's a good laugh, though.
I'm
Good for
afraid to
you.
lift the hat up in case the whole waterfall comes down.
Yeah. Oh, never
Cascading.
mind. Yeah, lovely.
Oh,
Very
dear,
nice.
dear.
The beard really makes you look as if you're smiling constantly. It kind of does this all the time.
It does, doesn't it? It has
It
that
does, yeah.
effect. I'm watching it on the camera myself. It is actually, I like this. Jack was in school on Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday, in school, and one of the principals came. One of the principal, the vice principal, had come to him and said, "We need a Santa Claus." Yeah, so they gave him the
Yeah.
suit. So Jack stayed Santa Claus for the day and brought
He
it
played
home.
Santa Claus. Oh, wonderful. Hi, Mick. Nice to see you, bro. Hi. My brother
Hello,
just looking
Mick.
in.
How you doing?
They're out having a drink at the pub.
Oh dear, I'm so jealous now.
Yeah, I think they're working most of Christmas, so taking a chance of a night off when they get it, I think.
Yes,
at the
when
moment.
it comes, yes, you got to take with both hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So how was your week been?
Good, very good, very busy. So much going on. I'm exhausted, but I did finally, as you can see behind me, I hope, I did manage to get my Christmas tree put up yesterday. Most people
Yes.
around here have had their tree, glowing and up since the 1st of Advent, but I've just not had the time
Not
at
the
all.
time
So,
for it.
no, I've been
Well,
crazily
you've got it
busy.
standing beautiful in the background, right up your
Yeah,
shoulder.
you can see the little angel on the
I
top
do
as
see the
well.
angel.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it little angel, by the way.
She is quite large, yes.
She is, yes.
She's a bit of a glower. I can't get my camera any nearer because it's plugged in.
No,
but
I can
yes,
see. Yeah.
She's up there at the top. So I hope the connection holds because I'm usually in my other room. My connection's in the other room. So if I have any trouble, I'll pop back in there. But I thought it might be nice for the viewers to have a little bit of a Christmas tree in the background.
Absolutely beautiful, yes.
Yeah,
Nice
thank
touch.
you. Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm
you all
gonna-
ready for Christmas now? You ready? You ready to go? You?
Yeah, I'm always raring to go. You know me. Love the glam.
Oh,
Love the
yes.
drama.
Oh, yes. Get in there.
Love it all. Yes, yeah. Part of it's going to be very quiet for me. I'm on my own Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but I've got my birthday in the middle of it all as well on the 27th. So I'm going to have a wonderfully relaxing day on Christmas Day. I've bought myself a glamorous pair of pajamas. I'm going to
You're
have a
not
private
going to get
pajama
out of it.
party.
Yes. What an idea.
I'm going to cook myself a wonderful Christmas dinner, which I love to do, and all my trees up, my lights are on my balcony. You may be able to see that outside. I don't know.
Can, yes,
Perhaps
just on
you
the
can
glow.
through
Yes.
through the blinds. And I'm going to spend the day watching films on television and having a glorious time.
Oh,
And then
yes.
the rest of the time I'm going to be cooking for my birthday, because I'm doing a big birthday celebration. About 15 people coming on
Oh,
the
brilliant.
27th, on the Thursday. So it's lovely to have just 2 or 3 days just for me.
Yes. Oh, yes. Take them while you've got them.
Well, me in my pajamas, that's very important.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So that's going to be my Christmas. And then Sylvester, I've been invited to stay over with friends, and my friend has a beautiful flat in the centre of town, a rooftop with a big rooftop terrace. So we're going to be
Beautiful.
watching the fireworks on New Year's Eve from up there, and I should be staying over
Yes.
with my friends for New Year. So yeah,
Awesome.
so lots
Absolutely
going on,
awesome.
lots of parties, and as always, great time.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, lovely. Look forward
Well,
to it.
you
I love
start our
Christmas.
Christmas party for us now.
Yeah, I will do. I'm going to start with one by Livia York, because I know she's here at the moment, but it's about 5 o'clock in the morning for Livia, so
Yes,
she may
indeed.
be wanting to go to bed. So I hope you're still with us, Livia, and I'll do yours first so that you might be able to hear it. It's called Dear Santa. I'm just going to swap hands here so that I can mess about with my computer while I'm reading. Hang on, see if we can get that going. Right, where are we? Here we go. Dear Santa by Livia York. Dear Santa, I must confess, I believe you are the best. Best to make me smile each year when Christmas time is here. It's not because you bring me gifts of sweets, lollipops and sunshine, but it's because, in my mind, you herald joy, love and peacetime. It's not because I have no fear when the dark nights are here, but because the fairy tale I'm told is as bold as the world is old. Soon we will welcome a blessed child, sent to us to reconcile throughout the world for humanity to come together in unity. When you come again this year, I'll thank the Lord that I'm still here to welcome you with great delight, and the pride I feel with all my might. For all the years you brought me cheers, and the love I feel for everyone, I want to give you in return, just in time, for when the baby Jesus is born.
It's a lovely little piece.
Sweet,
Yes.
no?
It,
Yeah.
it brings back the reality of the meaning of Christmas, the celebration itself. It's not all
Yeah.
about Harrods and everything else.
Oh, heavens
It's
no.
about a birth.
It is. It
Honest.
is.
And people
It definitely is.
just get caught up in the moment. Hello, Rose Hannah. Welcome in, Rose. Yeah, people get caught up in the moment, don't they? Just total expenditure and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm lucky on that all my family is so far away, that I don't have very much buying of Christmas presents to do. Thank goodness. It's much more about being at home and being with friends and
Yes.
communicating with family luckily through social media, which is wonderful. But
Yeah,
it's
you can
always
keep.
very
Yeah.
very. The actual Christmas time is very quiet and peaceful, which is lovely, lovely.
Yeah. I love a quiet Christmas myself. I
I do,
really and truly
yeah, I
do.
really do. All the
Love a
beautiful
quiet.
lights. I love to go
Yes.
for a walk in the streets here, and every different house has got different lights or something. It's really
Yeah.
pretty, really very lovely. So it kind of brightens up the dark nights.
It does, doesn't it? Really?
It
Yes.
does, yeah. Brings light into life.
Of course it does. Yes. There's nothing like it.
Absolutely. So next one is called All Ye Faithful, and it's by Earl Pearl Haskins. This is very much a singy one, so it suits me perfectly. Hark, the herald angels sing, a lamb was born this day. Hail unto this newborn king, we praise him, come what may. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, enjoy this time of year. Mindful of our acts of folly, let's keep our conscience clear. O little town of Bethlehem, or so the carol goes, he didn't come here to condemn, but save, the Bible shows. We three kings of Orient are, let's honour Christ our Lord. He's always near, he's never far. Our hope has been restored. God rest ye merry gentlemen on this Christmas night, rejected now, rejected then. Pray some will see the light. The first Noel angels did say, and praised his holy name, while in a tomb his body lay, yet death could never claim. It came upon a midnight clear, I'll trust him with my life, no longer only once a year, he's now my way of life. Glory be to God on high, all this heavenly host, Happy holidays I'll defy, in Merry Christmas boast.
Brilliant. Yes. I
Nice,
love the
huh?
way he slices into the PC world.
Yeah,
Yes.
really nice.
Absolutely. Yes. That is absolutely. That's a lovely piece. There was a lovely flow in that one.
Yeah,
An
yeah,
absolutely
nice.
wonderful flowing through that one. Yeah.
It is. So, some great ones tonight, and I'm amazed how well people can write these Christmassy things, because a lot of it's so kitsch, or
Yes, it is. Yes.
some of it's very funny, which I love, but
Yeah.
some of it's so terribly kitsch, But
It
some of
was
these
nice
guys
to
have
see
really
one or
got.
two Grinch ones going around as well.
Yeah, oh, definitely, absolutely. I've got one or two of those as well, thank goodness, and I'm sure Nina's got a whole bag full coming up, so I'm really looking forward to that. Good old Nina. She's
Hello, Jennifer
wonderful.
Polonetsky. She's on a European tour,
Oh,
of course.
yeah, you were
Yeah,
with
she's just
Jennifer
been
in
in.
Germany. She's
And
back in
Beth
Germany, I
Evans.
think,
Hello,
now.
Beth Evans. Welcome in, Beth. The crowd is still growing, Christine.
It is, definitely. Yeah, we're a bit earlier tonight, so maybe some people haven't
We
quite
are,
caught on
yeah.
that you started a little earlier. Yeah. So the next one I'm going to read is by Scott Buffington, and it's called Back to Ingots. Whisper my name as you bid me goodbye, a small souvenir, the rest of life's keep. Turn from the tears of my walk-away cry, prove that the depth of our love wasn't deep. Hopeful of betters when life gave its worst, encouraged I was being had and once held, perpetual star-crossing, onset accursed, fed poor indifference, severing weld. Broken all nuptials, promises sworn, struck all the matches once used to give light, rings back to ingots from where they were born, discarded indenture, unwilling to fight. Part this great ocean to shallower seas, volumes increased by perpetual rain, forgiveness unneeded, no gods to appease, a fleeting reminder long after the pain.
Felt that.
Yeah, I like his work.
Felt that.
Yeah, I do like his work. I've read one or two of his now, and
You have, yes.
yes, yeah,
Scott,
very, very
Scott
great.
Buffington, yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, very nice stuff. Right, now we have another Christmassy one, and this one's called The Gifts, and it's by Catherine Pagano. I like the rhymes in this one, the rhyme scheme, it's very nice in this one. He trudged through the snow in the dark of night, a huge bundle on his back, such an ominous sight. Snow coming down to his left and to his right, he was focused on his destination, never giving up the fight. Who is this man silhouetted against the white? Let's help him out. Quickly now, bring some light. There in the lantern glow, with red cheeks and teeth clenched tight, was an overburdened, jolly soul making the best of his current plight. Seems he lost his ride, high up in the middle of his flight. Angels came around and gently set him down, assuring him he'll be all right. He must reach the lost little children before this darkness turns into light. With such sadness in their hearts, he said, my gifts may be their only delight. Everyone around helped him then, with an urgency to expedite. There was more of these gifts than pretty things. It sparked everyone's inner light. And so it was told throughout the years how this man persevered through a difficult night to bring some smiles and cheers to children lost in the homeless plight. Never was his name ever mentioned. Was it Santa or a soldier or of right? What does it really matter when bringing joy to those who need a gift of light?
Oh, yeah. See what you mean.
It's lovely, isn't it? A lovely,
Yes.
lovely rhyming scheme with going back to that "ite" rhyme
Yes.
all the time.
All the way, yeah.
Yeah, cleverly done. Very cleverly done. Right. Now I'm going to read The Promise of Christmas by Johnny Peely.
It's been a while since we've had a Johnny.
It is.
I mean,
yes,
a Johnny
it's been a time.
poem, yeah.
Yes, it has. Excuse me. Yes, it has been a while. I haven't seen his name around for a while, so yeah. The Promise of Christmas. Glory of dawn, from a drizzle to a thunderstorm, before an arc of rainbow, from trumpet's blast to the bleating of sheep under a shiny star on shepherd's field, a purification by incense from a golden lamp with bottled perfume fit for a king, from utterance in tongues to the flapping of flamingos, by showers of blessings with descending doves, by a gathering of tribes in unified prayer, true in spirit and soul, the promise of Christmas.
That was a short, sweet one for Johnny, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah.
A lovely promise too. Yet the promise of Christmas. I mean, it's once a year. We all know this, and so it seems to be the worst time of year for losing loved ones and
Yeah,
broken hearts and first time without type of situation.
mm,
But the way it makes people gather together is absolutely wonderful.
yeah, it
Even if it's
is,
only
isn't
for
it?
that one day. A lot of things get put aside just for that one day.
Yeah, which is good, isn't
Amazing.
it? It's
It is
good to have
absolutely
that
brilliant.
family
It's
time or
fantastic.
friends or whatever
Yes.
it may be.
It's
It
just
is.
togetherness, isn't it? It's all
It
that
is,
separation all
yeah,
year round and then that togetherness. Absolutely
yeah.
fantastic. I
Just
love
that
that. That's a lovely
trying,
one from Johnny.
yeah, just that trying to do something good or trying to do something nice for someone else, is so special at this time of year, isn't it? Yeah,
It is indeed.
particularly this time of year.
I just got to say hello to Karen Miller and Kathy Wagner Coates who have come in as well. So here's another two
Hey,
after coming in. Wow.
definitely, great, wonderful.
It's really brilliant.
It is. So now we're going to have one of those Grinchy ones, as you said, which I love. And this is called What a Pain by Lena Power. It's very funny. Well, folks, I'm going to do it in a rather posh English accent. So, just for the fun
Why?
of it, you guys?
Why change all of a sudden? Go on. Go for it.
I thought about doing it in a northern accent. No, I'm going to do it in a posh English, a posh British.
Oh,
So here we
go
go.
for the Northern. Go for the Northern.
I can't do that as well as some other people, so I'll do it. I've forgotten it all, although I come from Nottingham, but I can't do a Nottingham accent anymore. I've lost it all.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I get back to it a little bit when I'm at home, but I'm so out of touch and so used to speaking German all the time, and so no, I can't do Nottingham anymore. Not, they'd laugh at me in Nottingham if I even tried. I think now.
Oh,
So
go on. We go for Southern then. Go on.
I'm going to try a bit more of a Southern, but that probably won't be authentic either. But some sort of mishmash between the two. Here we go. What a Pain by Lena Power. Well, folks, it's Christmas yet again. Family are coming. What a pain. Aunt Ethel does so like her sherry. Problem is she gets far too merry. Last year she had me in deep despair, flashing her bloomers without a care. Coming on strong to Uncle Harry, who, need I say, didn't long tarry. Aunt Rose lost herself in deep repose, sporting such a very shiny nose. I'm sure even Rudolph got jealous, though she'd only had a few whiskies too much. My old man was snoring on the couch, but that was a blessing. He's a grouch. He too was full of Christmas spirit, of the kind that makes a grown man wilt. Enough said. Kids were playing their computer games. Cats were feeding on the left remains. The clearing up still needed doing. No cry for help was worth pursuing. Crackers were pulled and heads were ringing, though my sis Mabel was still singing. Next year, I'm going to book a long cruise, because I'm tired of being abused. Merry Christmas, both one and y'all. I might just come back in autumn's fall, but then I may just find a lover, and you can wait on one another.
Oh, here's me number.
Nice, huh? Good bit of fun,
Nice
that
one,
one, love.
Lena. Nice one.
Good bit of fun, love, that one. Aye.
Of course, yeah.
There's a bit of
Aye.
Nottingham for you. I can do
You
that
did.
bit.
You got that bit in.
You'll only do a bit, though. It goes wrong. It goes very badly wrong. Never mind. Not to worry. Right, here we go. This is another one by Kim Michelle Thomas, and it's called Notes of Knowing. Life's challenges may crash all around you. The whole world may seem too hard to bear. Things do not always go as we plan. Never give up your joy at any cost. It only hurts our own soul to hang on to life's dramas. Just let it all go. If you don't, it will always come back up. Recurring nightmares in fits of rage, violently screaming, cursing in threatening tones, only shows our spirit trapped in chaos. If it is meant to happen, it will. Things happen. Stop trying to fight fate. Go with it. Roll with this roller coaster called life. Just quietly hang on tight. We have to become stronger than that. Learning to find our own solitude is key. Peacefulness in first our minds. The body and soul will fall into their places. How we handle things shows our true integrity. Peace well earned comes with knowing all will work out fine. Believing with all your spirit you were made for beautiful melodies that can only sing when we awaken a knowing. Cast out all that is dull. Shine up all that glows in your being. Rejoice, for peace is bountiful. Loving yourself enough to play your notes on key. I see your smile, my own spirit sings. I see your pain, tears lay gentle on my heart. And all I can do is hold your hand with words on a screen, waiting. Know beyond any doubt, and believe this, peace patiently waits the knowing in you.
Wow.
Nice one,
I
eh?
like that. I like that one, yes.
I did too. I
Yes.
liked that one too.
Gonna say hello to a couple of people have just come
Yeah,
as
do,
well.
darling, go ahead.
Yeah. Mark Squires and Spanhild, lovely. And I'm not losing the other one. Can't believe that. Azanet Moss.
Oh, Svanhild's in as well.
MAUS. Spanhild's
Svanhild
in,
Lovely's
she
in,
is.
yeah. Yeah, I've just seen
Yes.
her name come up.
And I hope
I
I got
don't
the other
seem to
name
see
right.
everyone that you do.
Azanet Moss or Azanet. Azeneth.
Don't know, I'm afraid. I'm sure she'll tell you, or he'll tell you.
Tell me off.
Maybe. Well, here's one for you, John. This one's from someone called Vernon Wilds, and it's "Oh, for the love of an angel." And you love your angels so much,
I
don't
love
you?
my angels.
I
Yes.
know. Here we go. Just going to shuffle around here, get my position changed. I'm afraid I've lost my glasses, so I've had to dig out some old glasses here. I can't see the screen very well, so I'm struggling
Oh,
here, just
dear.
getting myself comfortable here. We had a concert at school last week, and since then I can't find my glasses, so I've probably left them around somewhere at school. But never mind, don't worry. We struggle on as we do.
Oh, you'll walk into them when you don't need them. You know this.
They'll be there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, "Oh, for the love of an angel" by Vernon Wilds. This seamless night on a beach, as lonely waves crash upon the many grains in despair, where no moon offers as much as a glare, a glimmer of hope for me then? Are we not all just washed out, born to flounder, not out of our choosing? Must there always be sinners that win favour, but never awarded to the losing side of a face that stares with a tear, that rolls down onto a little hermit crab? The other side laughs. Why must I be resigned to my lot? I am happy. Am I happy? Not a lot it is that I reach out for. You, my dear, my love, pray have no fear. Oh, you balance on the tip of my finger as an orb. Beautiful dark eyes. I have found a beautiful place in which I want to venture and never come out. Oh, your smile, like none I've never seen before, just to hold you as if you were mine. Oh, silken flesh with wings to match, ah, I feel your draught upon my back. Lo, you be encased in a crystal globe that shines. Oh, she lights up my heart, my path. I do so want to caress you, love you, take you on a bed of rose petals where there is no guilt. Oh, dear Lord God, hear my prayer. and take me to heaven. For her I would drop on my knees on ivy-clad concrete floor. I would give her my all, but she needs to be free to float in the outer reaches. I now dissolve. At last I can be her equal. Oh, for the love of an angel.
Beautiful, Pam. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know how to get to me there, lad. You've really got to me with that one.
Yeah, nice one. So now we've got one from our very own Dale Warren. And this
Dale.
is, yes, and this is another funny one.
Ooh.
Hello, Dale. Here we go. This is called Christmas Shopping.
I could picture Dale Christmas shopping. Yes. Go on.
I stand in the middle of the mega mall, watching the fanatics from wall to wall, holding on to my Christmas list. I wondered, how the hell did I get into this bliss? I turn with great fright to see such a sight. Some shoppers are filled with Christmas cheer. I think old Santa has had 1 or 2 beers. The air is flowing with Christmas songs. I stand and think, where did I go wrong? I read a sign that says bargains galore, just as a fight breaks out in the store. I look at my list and say, no way, for in the pub I will stay. I raise my glass with a Christmas cheer, and I turn to Santa and say, I'm glad you're here. A Merry Christmas to all.
Ho, 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 ho.
Ho, ho.
Thank you, Dale.
Good one. Lovely little number.
Yes.
Right, so I think I'm going to read one now by another lady who I saw was here earlier. Hope she still is, by Anne Thrope. I think also from Australia, I'm not sure. This
Not
one's
too sure.
called Beyond the Shadow of a Doubt. I absolutely and positively live for Christmas. All that glitters is a most serious business. By far, it's my most favourite candy holiday of all. Never so focused as when I'm decking my halls. Ribbons and bows, boughs and holly, the man in the red suit exudes jolly. The season of giving is pure delight, endless anticipation into the night. Holding my breath at the least tiny sound may very well be hooves touching the ground. Closing my eyes, I'm pretending to sleep. Across my floor, a 300-pound angel does creep. The floorboards are old and surely they creak, yet steadfast I remain or my chances are bleak. One eye barely opens, but to a deafening light. Never has blind loyalty confirmed such a sight. Bending with deliberate intention under my tree, the jolly Saint Nick on his goodwill spreading spree. He's larger than life and everything I imagined too. Any twist life has tossed my way, he's seen me through. Even when Santa's handwriting matches my own, never would I consider a naysayer, neither condone disparaging words or negativity anyone can conceive. Most importantly, without any hesitation, I believe.
Oh, I believe. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Yes. I'm never giving up the ghost. Never.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nice
Because
one.
one day I'll be proven wrong. And I don't want that.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, I've got 2 more poems and then I've got a sort of a story to read as well. So I shall continue on. And I think I'm going to read this one first. This one's called Back Then by Jeff Schloining. No dream ever fulfills my need to be a boy again. Walking my dog along a pond, fishing poles in hand, unsure if I'll cast a line or if we will just jump in, but knowing the choice is solely mine. The day played away until Mom calls us home for dinner, the sun setting on fields of wheat where my father spends his days, planting seeds, spraying for weeds. Then comes the harvest. Back then, I didn't understand what I had in my hands. Back then, all I wanted to do was move to the city, play ball in the park, ride my bike down the block. All I could think about was having friends other than Jack, my dog, and a few baby hogs. But now I see so clear what I gave away. How I regret that day. I told him I would never step on that farm again. The pain in his eyes as I walked away and out of his life. I didn't see him again until it was time to shut the lid. He looked so old and frail. I've spent years begging God and making deals with the devil. Let me take back those words and walk backwards in time, hug him before I leave and tell him I love him. But as of now, neither seems to want a deal. So I spend a lot of time sitting on the porch of a falling down farmhouse, tears streaming down my cheeks, hoping his ghost might walk by so I can tell him I'm sorry. Maybe walk a while holding his rugged hand, just a boy and his father, before it was all thrown to the wind. Now I want to just be like him, and I hope my son will never be like me.
Wow.
That's nice, huh?
Wow, yes.
Another one of those human ones.
It is,
as
isn't it?
Maya
Yes,
was
so
saying.
human, so realistic, yes.
Yeah.
Whether it is real or not, we don't know because the poet
We
never
don't know,
said.
do we? But it
No.
touches the chord, doesn't it? Definitely. Right, now I have
That
one.
nose is all
Sorry.
my own nose, Nina Tilo. Ouch. See, I told you.
Even if the beard isn't real.
Goodness.
Even if you have to lift the beard up to have a
It's
drink.
real, look. It doesn't come off, look. It doesn't
We
budge.
saw you taking it off to have a drink.
It's real.
You didn't get away with it. You have to come and give us a tickle on the chin with it, love. Give us a tickle.
Oh,
please.
definitely. Oh, definitely.
Lovely, darling, lovely. Like a bit of tickle.
Oh, no, nothing like a tickle.
Nothing like a tickle, absolutely. So this is another one by a lady called Sheila Webb. I think she's still with us. She was earlier, I believe. Sheila Webb. I think she's with us tonight.
She was, yeah.
I think I saw her come in. I'm not sure.
She
This
did.
is
She's
called-
at a pantomime at the minute, so she will
Oh,
be
oh,
back.
that's right. She'll be listening later then. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Here we go then. A Classic Reminder by Sheila Webb.
Sorry.
107. Sorry,
Sorry, it's Kathy Wagner coat's got me going.
somebody making you giggle.
I just read a comment.
Are you going to share it with us or not?
Let's see. Hey Santa, just park my new car in my driveway. Yeah, on my way, Kathy.
Okay. So, A Classic Reminder by Sheila Webb. 175 years have passed since a classic through the ages gave us a message in the written word throughout its Victorian pages. It tells us of a story of the effect our lives can make on others all around us with each deed we undertake. The message is brought to us loud and clear by three spiritual souls, and the star of the book looks at himself with horror as the tale unfolds. It shows we are all interactive by our good or wicked deeds, and shows us how a bitter pill on nasty actions feeds. It reminds us with a message and the wake-up call it evokes that we can turn a life around by being kind to folks. So, Mr. Dickens, we thank you. Your message is truly priceless, that A Christmas Carol is for all year round and isn't just for Christmas.
And it's true. It's not only just for Christmas. We just set ourselves that standard of a whole year, don't we?
Yeah.
We got some of that. We got some of that joy and goodwill. Other times during the year, probably be a
Absolutely.
better year. Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Better world altogether, yeah. A better
Oh,
world.
I use only the best products, Nina. But I'm never going to
What's
share
she
it with you.
saying to you now?
What products do you use, Santa? You're very glossy.
I can't see much of you at all except for your eyes and your beard and your hat. So I can't
God,
see
you're
you
so
glowing.
lucky. You're not having nightmares tonight, thank God. Someone will get some sleep.
You never know your luck. Oh, she'll be getting to you soon, so don't worry. She'll come and dig her heels in. I can tell she will. Won't you, Lena?
Make sure it's filled with gas.
Okay, so now I've got a little story to end with, and this is from Paul Griffiths, and it's called Love Shined Out from a Cardboard Flame.
This, just before you read that one, well, I got this one off Paul,
Yeah.
and the lady he speaks of in it. I mean, this is a true heartbreaking piece. It really and truly is.
Yeah. He's
It's-
dedicated it, I'm sure he won't mind if I tell you this. It says, dedicated in loving memory to Ilknor Tan, whose flame sadly
Yes.
burned out far too soon. Always miss
Ilknor.
you, Paul Griffiths.
We knew Ilknor on the poetry circuit. I knew her from
Oh,
a,
right,
a group
okay,
separate. I've come
Yeah.
across Ilknor about 3-4 years ago. I think I first came across Ilknor. But the poem itself, the piece itself, to read is an absolute heartbreaker.
It is, yeah. It
I
is.
won't tell them anything else.
No.
I'm gonna let you
No.
describe it all. That's why I sent it on to you, Christine.
Yeah,
Because I knew you
yeah.
take this forward, yeah.
Yes, I will do. I'll do my best. Yeah. Just hope my computer moves up with my left hand. I'm not so good with my left hand, but I'll do my best. Okay, Love Shined Out from a Cardboard Flame by Paul Griffiths. It is Christmas Eve. This is Ankara, 2015. As we drove away from a giant shopping mall, dazzled and bedecked in all its consumer finery, the great illusion of what Christmas should be, all rejoicing in the new god of the mighty dollar, nativity traded in for the shopping naive. Leaving the mall, we were both full of good cheer. Christmas now was almost upon us. Ready to celebrate, we headed back to our hotel. There, in the pitch blackness of the late-night car park, at the edge of this consumer city of avarice and greed, we see a tiny flame. Not a fire, it's far too small, barely even a flicker against the darkness. We drive closer. Curiosity has the better of us. There, dressed all in black, we see a crouching figure. A young woman sits huddled by the curbside, trying to keep herself warm against the freezing Turkish cold. From the way her body shakes, she is failing in her task. It is 8 degrees below zero on the car's thermostat. Here she sits, burning strips of cardboard for the fleeting chance of warmth, trying to trap heat against the icy gutter. Even the illusion of warmth is snatched away from her frozen fingers by the cruel winter wind. We drive on by. My woman looks at me. I knew what she intended to do. She stopped the car just past the huddled figure. We got out of the car. The feeling of guilt hit us hard, harder than the harsh winter chill. My girlfriend approached us slowly. Merhaba, nasilsiniz? Hello, how are you? We offer her loose change, a small gesture of charity and Christmas goodwill. The young woman smiles but refuses. On this coldest of winter nights, she gives us the warmest of smiles, a smile that shines brighter than the tiny flickering flame. We felt ashamed by our offer of charity, humbled by her strength. But most of all, I felt a sadness, a helplessness, wanting to help her but knowing deep down I couldn't. She was barely a kid, early 20s at most, sitting in the darkness, totally alone, a victim to this winter's chill. Only she wasn't alone. That was when we are truly struck numb by her plight, as she tries to warm her frozen fingers to give us her hand in friendship. We, for the first time, could see now so clearly a tiny child lies hidden inside her black tattered coat. Here on Christmas Eve was another babe in arms. This is no Bethlehem. There was no welcome for this child here, not even a warm stable or manger for this Son of God. This was Ankara, capital city, in 2015. There was no guiding star shining brightly over our heads, just a full moon in the cold, clear, icy night sky. a little cardboard flame had shone like a beacon that has guided us through the darkness, and there were no wise men here. Just one guilt-ridden smartass from Birkenhead, but an observer of life, standing there and for the first time truly thinking, there by the grace of God go I, seeing firsthand how cruel life can be, here in the presence of possibly the new Messiah. I was floored by the young woman's desperate plight. With me on this coldest of nights was one truly empathic woman. On every level, a truly beautiful human being, a poetess, an angel at my side, who had stopped to aid another lost soul in need. On this night we were taught a cold, hard lesson of life, a lesson that the so-called wise men of the world need to heed. These are the consequences of war, homeless refugees freezing on the streets at Christmas Eve. I had lost my faith in religion long ago. It did not merit my trust, but I found an inner peace in the face of this little boy child. The real face of Jesus had been lost to me long ago. I have always had faith, but in what, I honestly couldn't say. Here, on this night, had Jesus found me through the eyes of a child? We had not gifts of frankincense or myrrh, no gold to give, only loose pocket change of silver and words of friendship. I was no more than a silent witness, watching this drama unfold, wanting to do more but powerless to help. I don't know what these two amazing women said to each other, but I understood everything, and yet nothing at all. Both women laughing and crying, crying and laughing, they embraced as two strangers, giving each other the gift of love, but they parted as friends. We offered her a room for the night at a hotel. Again she smiled, and again she refused. We left that mother and child to their cardboard flame. To our shame, we came away the richer, also a lot wiser. Was this a coincidence of fate to meet this boy child on this Christmas Eve? I have no answers to give. All I know for sure is what true love looks like. True love shines out from a small cardboard flame, a love that is held tight in a bond unbreakable, known to a mother and her child. It radiated from them like a halo of light in the darkest of times. We drove away in silence. I didn't need to look to know my woman was crying. I held her hand, and it was freezing, a testament to the cold. She asked me, "Will they be all right?" I lied and said, "Yes." It was all I could say, but we both knew it was a lie. I often think of that mother and child, waiting out the night for what tomorrow might bring. I hope it brought her the prospect of new hope, for this is the truest of Christmas gifts. This night made me understand what Christmas is really about. It is about the little things in life that mean so much, the things that money can't buy.
Ain't that a fact? Ain't that a fact?
It is.
What a
Yeah.
wonderful story. What a story. Wow.
Yeah, nice story,
So
huh?
humbling. Everything. There's every emotion in there. Totally throughout. Wonderful. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing I can say about that piece that nobody has said that's not gone up in the comments all the way through. It's a heartbreaker total.
Yeah, it is. And I obviously haven't seen the comments because I've been reading, but I'll
Yeah.
look at them later, when
Oh,
I
you will. You'll
look at
see.
the
You'll see
show.
what I
Yeah.
mean when the comments go up. Hello, Sammy Liz Woods. How are you? And welcome in. And Rick Bird.
I don't always seem to get some of the comments. I don't know why. Maybe something's cut off on my phone. I don't know. But
No, it's on the live part. It seems to be a friends based thing. Yeah.
yeah,
So I'll
yeah,
see my friends. Like you see Michael come in earlier on. I
yes, yeah.
didn't. I seen
All right,
Karen,
okay.
but I didn't see
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah. So Michael's name was not past my screen at all. Yeah. I don't know how this works out. Really and truly,
Yeah.
have no idea how it works out. But
Yeah.
when you go to the show and the recording, You get every comment.
All right, okay. I'll have another.
Every
I'll have a
single
look
every single
anyway.
comment
Yeah,
comes up, yeah.
yeah. Well, that's me done. I've done all 13. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Amazingly
Wow.
efficient. What?
Absolutely brilliant. Oh,
Yeah,
Christine, thanks a
yeah.
million.
You're very
And I
welcome,
hope you
my
have a
darling.
wonderfully quiet Christmas and a great private pajama party.
Oh, I'm just so looking forward to it. I can't tell you.
Sounds
Wonderful.
absolutely brilliant. It
It
does,
is
yeah. Absolutely fab.
absolutely. I love it. Absolutely love
Yes.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good girl.
And the champagne will be out on the birthday. Don't you worry. I'll be popping the corks.
Are you with us on the 31st or on the 30th?
The 30th is okay. Yes, 31st
Yeah?
I can't. Obviously, I'm with
No.
friends, but
31st. No, we're
yes,
not
I
on
can
the
be here next
31st.
Sunday.
30th. Yeah, next
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's fine. Yeah,
Excellent. Excellent.
yes, I'll be there. I'll
Have
be
a
with you.
wonderful Christmas.
I
Love you
will
to
do, my
bits.
darling.
Have
Yeah,
a
love you all
great
too.
time.
Have a great time, everybody. Have lots of fun, and I shall
Oh,
think of you
yes.
all. When I'm drinking my
Absolutely.
champers, I shall think of you all.
Oh,
In
dear.
fact, to that note, just a second. Oh,
Have
some
you
lovely.
got bubbly?
I have a lovely little snowball here. This is
Oh, dear.
sparkling secco, prosecco with advocaat in it.
Yeah.
So cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas.
Cheers to you, Christine, and very Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Have a
it'll be a merry
wonderful
one.
time.
It'll be a
Yes,
merry
indeed. Get
one.
really merry. I
Oh,
might
I
try it
shall.
myself this year, yeah.
Do enjoy it. Have fun, you guys, with your friends and
Christine,
your
have
family,
fun.
and loads of love. Bye to
Have
you
a
all.
good time. Bye-bye,
Cheers,
Christine.
everybody. Bye.
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 Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. What a poem to finish Christine's reads on. Paul Griffiths, thank you very much. Heartbreaker. Absolutely heart-wrenching. Now, I'll go into my back cam again and have a look. I'll see if we can get another Christmas present. Well, we won't at the minute because I need Nina to come back into the show again because she's nipped out, she'll nip back in. So nip out, Nina, and nip back in and bring us a camera, please. Oh, Santa Claus, you better watch out, you better not shout. Nina Tilo is running about. Din, 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 din. Where are you, Nina? Nina. Come on, Nina. Stop playing hide and go seek. That's better. It's more like it. Oh, come on, camera. Good God. You just can't get this staff when it's coming to Christmas. Have to sack this elf. Oh, God. Taking forever. Nina? Is that you? I didn't think so.
Evening.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Alright.
Merry Christmas.
And you.
Oh, look at you.
See, I don't know whether to wear my pom-pom slightly to the left, slightly to the right, or
It
forward.
depends on how much you've had to
What do you
drink.
think? Where should I wear my pom-pom?
No, love, you better get a move on.
Not
Come
enough.
on. It'll do its own thing then.
No,
Where
nowhere
are you wearing
near
yours
enough.
to the left or the right?
I've had
You put
nothing.
yours to the right. I'll put mine to the right. And we be twins. How is that? Oh yeah.
Lovely. I
hiding.
didn't realise you'd got a pom-pom.
I
I
was
couldn't
hiding.
see your pom-pom.
Every part of me is small.
Quite a
The
small
whole
one,
of
isn't
me
it,
is
your
small.
pom-pom?
I'm only 5'4".
Like, my ears stick out a little bit. I think I need a bit of pinning.
I see.
I've got
I
FA
see.
Cup ears.
Is there a reason for that? Yeah, I
think I was
can
probably
see
pulled
why.
too much as a child. Come here.
I understand, Mick. I
Come here, you
understand.
brat.
I really do. Oh, she's a revelation.
He was as much a troublemaker as I was. You can blame me father.
Oh, bless.
My poor mum, honestly, bless
And
her heart.
we've had a great bit of fun putting this together.
Anyway,
Really.
yeah, all right then.
Overall, we have.
We have. Well, we've been at it for 2 weeks, haven't we? So
Oh, no, well worth the effort.
hopefully it'll be worth the
numbers that have
effort.
been up on the live stream have been well worth the effort anyway, really and truly.
As I can't see
Hey,
now
do you
because
know
I've
what
got my
happened to me
reeds up,
today?
so I don't know what's
So
going
down
on.
at the bank today, I was. And now a lady asked me to check her balance. So I pushed her over. I don't think she'll ask again, actually. That's why
That's
that's why I'm incognito tonight.
awful. That's awful. You
I am
should be
totally
ashamed
ashamed
of
of my
your
health.
elf. Oh, Dale says I have a tough act to follow.
Oh,
Well, after Christine,
oh, my
I
God.
will do my very
Oh,
best. I can only
what
do
was
my
that?
best, can't I, really?
Was that a nail going down the blackboard? Wow. God almighty.
I think it might have been, yeah.
You gotta start
Okay,
reading already.
so
What happened to your
I
sense of
have,
humour? It's just blown out the
yeah,
window or what? I've got loads of stuff. Look,
just now. It's all right, we'll
I'm
get there.
not
Don't
hanging
worry about
out.
it. we, we can't do it all in one go. We've got to feed them gradually. We've got to
Feed them.
lead them
They won't
gradually.
feed. Look.
Feed them
So,
humour. Okay, so Dissecting a Poet by Michael Gergich. Where does it all come from? All the speech they speak through pen. Before a poem is conceived, how does that poet begin? Where do they find the ink they spill, the visions, emotions, tales? Are they portraying life or make-believe? Are the stories they tell real? Do they feel what they write? If I cry, does that poet cry? If I laugh, do they laugh? Do they feel like me inside? Valid questions, let's dissect. I consider myself a pot, hope you'll allow me to direct. So, a poet watches people, watches nature, watches the all. When the instant warrants it, that poet breathes in the draw. Inspiration happens with a word, a sight, a smell. Like a drug infects the poet, and their pen begins to swell. No longer in control of ink, now flows to parchment of its own mind. And in the calm, when it is over, the poet inspects what's left behind. At times, a painful memory, or maybe loving embrace from that poet's life. Sometimes purely fiction, stories spun for your delight. Sometimes 50-50, fiction with reality sprinkled randomly in. Once again, please listen. It's not the poet, it's the pen. We can't help the transformation. We give it to the pen. Hand moving independent of want, writing until the end. So I tell you, the pen commands. We as poets follow its demands. The writing that we scribe, words flowing with a penned hand. So us all as poets grin, because that is where true poetry begins.
yes.
And it's true, isn't it? We hold the pen, and the
Well,
pen,
we've said it
the
before,
words
haven't we?
come, don't they? The words
We go
flow.
through the emotions when it's an emotional poem. We actually, silly enough, we go through the laughter when we write something of humour. And if we're happy with what we write, we can
Yeah.
be quite confident that the reader is going to get the same buzz from the
Mm.
piece. And you really hoped.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's always going to be,
Yes.
important to us, isn't it? It's always going to mean more. But yeah, you'd like to think that they'd pick something up from it as well.
Hold on,
Knock
Doris
knock.
just gone. Back in a sec. Oh, it's you. Who's there? That's you.
Hatch.
Get in.
Bless you.
I'm surprised I didn't hatch you at the minute because
One all.
this is tickling hell out of me. Oh yeah.
But you're hatching
Oh
something
yeah.
under there,
All
aren't you?
mine.
Probably
All mine.
scabies, I
I'm
should
in
think.
love with scabies. That's my next date. Where am I going?
Go on then. Off you go. Read
You've got
something. You've been
31
sat
of
there
them.
for an
I've
hour and
only
a
got
half and done
6.
nothing. I've got
Oh, 30 then,
31.
okay.
Don't exaggerate.
Right, here we go. I'll start off.
Mm,
Oh, you've got a bit of information actually, haven't you, before I read? About connections and numbers and
yeah.
figures and languages and. Hello, Julie Mishler, welcome in.
Can't make out my mind which way I like it.
Stop playing with your tossle, bobble, whatever it's called.
Sorry. Yes. So, show statistics. We are now, according to Facebook, and I can only go by the facts and figures that Facebook give us. According to Facebook, we are now connected to 46 countries, and there are approximately 16 languages attached to the show through the people that are following. So yeah,
It is a massive audience. We were
massive
talking
audience
about this
worldwide.
yesterday, weren't we? The size of the audience, but I think the reach of the
Yeah.
audience, the amount of land that's gone across and sea is absolutely fantastic. And to think, was it 15 or 16 languages
Yeah.
involved? And we go out in total
Yeah.
English, so it's
Yeah,
going out
definitely.
in so many languages, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal. But it shows you poetry is in every part of the
Yeah,
world. And it's poetry there as it is here.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, presumably that the people from these various countries are English speaking, otherwise the
No,
poetry
exactly.
we're reading wouldn't really mean too much to them, would it? But yeah, if they're understanding it as a second language, then yeah, brilliant.
Of course we
And
do.
that's what
And I
we want.
think
We want
the
connected
figures,
people,
as you've
don't
just
we?
read them out, Nina, show that they are connecting with each other. And that's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And if we're part of that, all the better.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
No. He doesn't sound
absolutely.
like John. He sounds nothing like John. Ho, 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 ho. No. John is not here tonight. Good God, they keep mistaking me for John. Huh.
Do they? It's probably because you keep flashing your
Toronto?
Toronto t-shirt back to front.
Oh.
Or your t-shirt, or whatever it is. What have you got on there? You see, Santa doesn't usually
I'm
reveal
Super
his
Santa.
underclothes, does he? Every
Difference.
5 seconds.
Just
Please don't tell me you got your pants on the outside. No.
Tonight we have a revelation.
You're all right.
On the Dear John show. Yeah.
Santa
Does he
wears
wear
his
any
pants
at
on the
all?
outside.
This is the problem. Broken Dreams by Bob Brown.
Go on.
Broken dreams, so it seems, never fade away. They hide within darkened men. There they often lay. I am broken, no longer whole. I act my part. I play my role. In our time, they are the crime of our own decay, holding the past with a tight grasp, washing away today. I am broken, no longer whole. I act my part. I play my role. Broken dreams reside in me each and every day. Bitter souls which were once whole huddle in dismay. I am broken, no longer whole. I act my part. I play my role. In the end, a morbid friend mirrors every sway. Hurt may pass, slowly regress, but never shall it stray. I am broken, no longer whole. I act my part, I play my role. Santa Claus. I'm playing the role well. That's a good one. We all play roles. We all have a role to play, don't we? Andy Tilo. Hello, Andy Tilo.
Indeed we do.
Oh, thank you,
What's he
Sammy
doing on
Liz
camera?
Woods.
Where is he?
I'm a one-of-a-kind Santa, I'll have you know.
Oh, God, I have no words to describe the relief of that.
Oh, yes. It is interesting, Dale. Very, very interesting. You've transformed. Well
Oh,
done.
congratulations! It's only taken you 5 minutes.
How many hats have you got to wear?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. I see. Oh.
Yes. Yep. Oh, he's making sure I'm behaving. Yeah, good luck with that.
My hero, my protector. Thank you, Andy. You.
What's he going to protect you from? Me? You don't need protecting from me. Like he can do it. He's been trying for 14 years.
Knock, knock.
Okay. I have a beautiful.
I don't know.
Who's
Answer the
there?
door. I ain't got a clue.
Oh, for God's sake. Lame. I have a beautiful piece
Yeah, do you want to
called
read it after this
Oneness
one?
by Jeanette Nell LaRue.
Okay, then. You read yours.
No. Cannot interrupt bar
Is that what it
humbug
says?
mid-poem.
Bar humbug.
Thank you. Bar humbug.
Yeah, backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what does it read backwards then?
Something hab, yeah. Hello,
Hab.
Dwayne Leon Rankin. Welcome in.
Oh. Okay, so this is Oneness by Jeanette Nell LaRue. The scale of despair overbalances when peace drowns in the mind. Trust gets ruptured when rainbows end in non-existing promised pots of gold. Every thread of hope shipwrecks and turns, the grey colour of death, on islands of doubt in life's graveyard of expectations. The merciless prevent the wealth of unhappiness to reach ultimate fulfilment, or to last forever as it gets ensnared in quagmires of napalm, and life becomes full too quick, only as full as it can hold. Blood and tears smother the sun, and life turns to ash. In time, tears will mature and turn into musical notes, and we will tread on footprints of love again. We should build snow angels to refresh our minds, hearts, and souls with the peace of heaven. The bees on the clover will tickle the meadows and make them laugh, and flowers will blossom untamed when joy gleams over loss. Our mission should be a unique manifestation to restore faith, respect, empathy, truthfulness, and to heal the hearts of people. The entire world will be cured and at peace, with a love that feasts day and night, when mankind unite and surrender to an undisturbed inner silence, with a closeness like budding rose petals of divine
We read
oneness.
this the other night, didn't we? Was it Thursday night or so?
Yeah. Oh, it's making my head itch.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's
Nina
really making
stole
my head
Andy's
itch.
hat. Bar humbug. Stole it. Absolutely stole it. Took it.
Is that what he said?
It's on the
That
floor
hat's been
now.
everywhere.
Is it? Have you got it on your lap? Ah, there
No,
you
it's
go.
here. It's here. It was just. Yeah. It's alright, there's another one towards the end, don't worry. Yes.
Still
Stole your
stole it.
hat. I bought
Shoplifter.
it. Still stole it. Oh, yeah.
Me?
Go on then. Off you go.
You should make up your mind. You don't want me to read it. You don't want me to read it.
Well, I wanted to read it. I wanted
But I
you to
wanted
read
to
it
read it
after
before,
I'd read
Jeanette.
Jeanette.
So I've had to wait, haven't I? Spit me
Why?
dummy now. There we go.
Usual.
I should
Put
maybe
Tommy
have
back in.
practice this one first. I'm going in. I'm going in. Here we go.
Oh,
Painstaking Truth by
oh,
Shelley Campbell.
okay.
The struggle is real. I want to, but I don't. I really should, but I won't. I can't win either way. Damned if I do. Damned if I don't. Worth a shot. But the countless regrets. The sweetness of wanting to. The heart and soul of good intention. But continuous failure of consequences. Back to the damn me, damn you part. The struggle unending is real. And for that alone breaks my heart. Longing for different expectations. Trying to convince myself it will be different this time. But to no avail. The outcome is always the same. Who is to blame? There is no intimacy, no recourse. Yet I continue to give, to love with all I have. The battle can never be won. I am a contender. A winner shall never be announced. All I can do is keep trying to carry on. And one day, may the burdensome weight be uplifted from my overladen shoulders, as I attempt to never cry, to not display I have a weak side. Yet I do. I am only human, longing for normalcy and peace. And I envy the ones that have it. I really, really do.
I love that
did
piece when
steal
I
it
came
from you
across it. You
because
stole it from
it
me, but I let you.
speaks so much. I
I
did
let
want to bring
you.
it out. Thank
I
you,
know you
Nina,
wanted to
because
read that one.
there was just a feel to that piece that I thought, yeah, I'd like to read that.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, yeah. Her rights are always amazing anyway, but that one in
Oh,
particular, I think
absolutely of
that's
late,
certainly
without
one
a
of her
shadow of a
best
doubt,
ones
yes.
of late. Yeah.
I'll flash you,
Yeah,
Dale
bless her.
one. You want a flash, Dale?
Lovely piece.
You want a flash? How is that? Thunder, lightning, flash,
Really worried then.
frightening.
Are you going to go into a Queen song?
Very, very frightening.
I thought you were going into Bohemian Rhapsody then.
Now, that little kid in the car won my heart.
Okay. And
That little kid in the car was just.
oh, I know, wasn't she gorgeous? Bless her.
Didn't she?
She knew that song word for
God,
word. She
she
couldn't
was
have been much more than
brilliant.
about 18 months old.
I've
Fair
revealed
play.
too much, I think.
Fair play.
Shame on
My
us,
son was singing songs like that when he was in his car seat.
Hello, Julie. How are
Oh,
you?
best mum's in. Hello, Julie.
Good to see you in.
Yeah, nice to see you in. And this is by Cher Chandley, and it's
I thought you
called
said
Mask.
last week
We
Cher
seem to have had
Chandley
a
was
lot of
barred from
Mask
the show.
pieces lately, don't we?
You said to me, Cher Chandley's barred, you said.
No, I said no. You're such a fibber. Oh, bad Santa.
Santa
Very
needs
bad
some
Santa.
eggnog or something.
Santa needs to say 100 Hail Marys for telling
Go
porkies.
on. Maybe it was.
Right, and this is. That's the funniest thing when you do that.
I
When
needed that.
when you watch this back. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, this is called. Serious face. This is called Masked by Cher Chandley. Our world, an unreal place. Put on my mask, take off my face. Discrepancies and illusions, pictures of winter in summer. Passing time imposing unreality. Uprooting more questions, fewer answers. Asked to die in defense of leaders playing God. Cheeks swollen with pride, walking in insolence and boastful arrogance. Dancing to a rhythm of peace that invites aggression on invented enemies to victimize, oppress, and exploit us, and then polarity. My nostrils assailed by a pervasive stink wafted as perfume of sensible chaos. Readily available war, pretexts of false doom, for theft, glorious theft, but I am told it's not theft. Arbitrary framework imposed in my mind that's not my own. I am a sheeple. My senses report wrong. Have to watch TV for my dose of lies. Anything else is treasonous. I might die of truth. Truth is frightening. Go to work, go to war, bolster vaunted viciousness. Do it with a smile. I got to be happily unreal in this violent, peaceful place. I must put on my
But
mask,
those lines,
take off my face.
the war, where these we go to the war in this place. I mean, war and peace. It's all we seem to have on this planet, isn't it? War 1 minute, broken peace. War, peace, home. It's absolutely
Yeah,
yes. Exactly. There's no
one
grey
end or the
area
other, isn't
whatsoever. It's
it?
black and white, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Seems to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will change at some point in the future. Shall I go straight into another one?
Shelley
Because I think I
has
have
just
got
come
2 or
in
3
just
more than
after I
you,
finished
haven't I?
reading her phone. Oh, I'll do it again. Hold on. Wait, give me. No, I'm only joking.
Oh,
No, Shelley, you'll have to watch the watch back. I'm
oh,
sorry.
bless her,
Oh,
bless her. It's always the way,
I
isn't it? We
know.
try and do it when we know people are
Hello,
there,
Shelley,
but
and Merry
yeah,
Christmas to
doesn't
you
always work
too.
that way. Okay, so this is, I hope I did this one justice. This is called Stitched by the Answers by Mark Squires. Damage the core of reality, what I compute to subdue. These intricate days I turn silent to seize, their perpetual forms infuse, for time proceeds, what it seems to conclude, this life in cold grief, flushing it all away, revealing shades of confusion. My head is a spun maze, filled with figments of illusion, beset to endure, defined by the questions I must ask, stitched back by the answers, creating deformed paths. Undoubtedly can't retract, within my head it's all formed, collages of conclusions that won't contribute to rewrite wrong. Steadily stepping, as if my eyes have been betrayed, recollecting a deception, how paths have passed pained, mentally weeping, as if this mind has been dismayed, reflecting this impression, pained paths of past stain. How do I live in such offence, tearing apart the pieces, to restitch towards what makes sense, another story of my thesis? To theoretically conclude, I know there's no salvation. Every discrepancy points as proof. This mind patterns no patience. Where do I go when it all feels wrong? Those paths they create had no resolve. Within this maze of walls, channeled by the answers, I know I can't conclude. It's my chance to form the anchors, frantically tamper with the roots truths reveals. Living by the answers, time defines what this path conceals.
That is deep. Oh, fabulous peak, Mark. Millions.
Lot going on in there, isn't there? I did say to him, I genuinely said to him, I had to read that a couple of times. The first time my head was going, I was all, it was kind of like, oh God, I can't take it all in. It was just all over the place. And then I read it again and slower, and I absorbed each line,
it's
and it was
powerful.
just like,
Absolutely powerful.
yeah, overwhelmed really. It was just,
Wow.
it was like a punch in between the eyeballs. Yeah, just incredible, right? A lot going on. So I snuck that one in at the last minute. I had to include that one.
Well done. Glad he's not barred now.
I did.
It's Christmas.
Barring
you do
everyone.
things like that for Christmas. Yeah, barred everyone. Yeah, you're barred. Yeah, barred.
Bar humbug. Yeah.
You or me?
Wow, I have an erotic one. It's very short and sweet.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, you're already read, so you're all right. You need Alexandra in here winding you up. So this is a new lady. Called Author Lynn, and it's Erotic Tones.
It's a lovely message. Sorry, I do apologise. Start again. Action. Take two.
Right. You're such a wally. You really are. Right. Erotic Tones by Arthur Lynn. My lips are absorbed of the sweetest liquor, leaving the essence of drunkenness lingering. You have left your will at my bedroom door, surrendering your inhibitions, peeling off layers of your sexual arousal. I possess all that you need and want. My skin reflects the warmth of your body, chiseled by burning gold ember, soaked in a scent of sandalwood, flowing from your body subtle erotic tones, breathing in all that makes you strong. My love for you has deepened. Lay beside my angelic body, taste what simmers in my soul for
Just
you.
what Santa needed tonight. Yes. Better than any snowball that was. Oh, wow. My lips are going all bloody dry now.
I know. Good, isn't it? Is that what effect it has on you?
Dear, oh
Good
dear. I'm all
Lord.
flush. Go on. I know. I can
I can
feel
literally
it.
see
Never
it
mind.
coming
I
up
can
above your
feel it
beard.
coming above my beard. God. It's the worst thing about getting old. It's all in your mind.
Little red cheeks.
All in your mind. A Christmas Prayer by Chris Edridge. And Chris is with us in the audience. He's doing a great job tonight. He's doing absolutely brilliant with the whole audience.
He is. Yeah.
Can you believe it's Christmas? With so much magic in the air. Excitement on a special night for most children everywhere. Praying Santa will remember everything that they asked for. However, does Santa manage it like he has always done before? One little girl this Christmas has said her different prayer, asking God and Santa, please can my mum be there? You see, she isn't here with me since an angel took her away. Is it possible for me to see her once more on Christmas Day? You know I'm helping Daddy and really trying to be good. It will make my dad feel better. Please, Santa, if you could. Like I said to a poem earlier on, Christmas time is a horrible time for the first anniversary coming around, or for the first Christmas that somebody's not there with us, and it is heartbreaking. And there seems to be more happens at Christmas than any other time of the year. It's just so strange. But again, I like the way Chris has wrote that in a childlike,
Yeah.
thoughtful way. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
It
makes it a
does
bit more real when it
absolutely,
comes from a
yes.
child in a way, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm going to apologise profusely to this lady if I get her name wrong. I mean, it's an incredible name. Azaneth Mouse. I think it's Mouse because she put a little rhyme up the other day saying mouse in the house.
Well,
So
Asenet was
I
here with us
apologise if
earlier. I
it's
don't know
wrong,
if she's still
but it's a lovely
around.
piece
But
anyway.
Asenet was here with us up to a short while ago, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. And it's called Never Again. Never again will I trust without testing, investing in those undeserving of my blessing, giving my all, deceived by masks. Don't flatter yourselves. What I thought you were, you are not that. Forsake my first love, who had always been me, leaving my worth to be trampled by those who can't see. Play small, so my haters feel comfortable. Lay down my power to appease the insufferable. Bow down my head in the name of false peace. Spread my soul on a table, so the wolves get to feast. Ah, but experience brings relief. I tried the lie, and for it
I like
I
that,
am harder
Asenet.
to beat.
I like that very, very much. Oh, we do become skillful in life,
Very
don't we?
clever,
Just by
isn't
the
it?
lessons that we
What
learn going through it. Yes.
what we're
Absolutely.
thinking.
Wonderfully put. I like that. That's a lovely piece.
Yeah,
You hit that well.
yeah,
I didn't see that one before you read it.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I
I
know,
don't
I
know.
know.
There was a few I wasn't going to give up.
And we have our dear friend Kathy Wagner Coates in the
Yeah.
audience tonight. Oh, I was most
Look, I let
grateful,
you
and I
have
even told you I
Shelley.
was
You should
most
be
grateful. I
grateful.
thanked you for that one profusely. Who? Who's it?
Oh,
Yeah, I
she's
know. I
in.
said
She's
that to you
in.
before you read the
Have a
poem.
listen.
You do. No,
Yeah.
you don't listen. You
Yeah, but
you
she's
keep
still
thinking.
here, is what I
You keep
mean.
thinking when they get the poem that they run away. They don't. They
Well,
still
try
stay in
not
the
to.
audience. You know.
I didn't say that at all. Will you stop stirring the
I've
pot?
started. I
Stop
have to
stirring the
finish.
pudding, Mr. Kavanagh.
Sorry. No, I won't finish you up. I'm promoting you here.
Finish me off.
The Wilted
God.
Rose by Kathy Wagner Coates. I shall not live this love again. Extractions from my arms, subtractions from my soul. The moon dimming to the most sorrowful song I would ever intimately know. The sun turning its back and refusing to reappear for days, for months, and yes, for years. Such constant tears, the fears of new beginnings, repeated endings. I shall not love again. To love and lose such love to those greedy hands of death, the last pull of breath, so powerful, it stills two lives at once. Allow me my simplicities. Do not tempt me to love you. I shall not shine for you. As sure as the moon is the moon, as round as the sun is round, I will bury love's birth into freshly dug ground the moment it rises, with hovering eyes upon mine. I shall not survive another ending to what I knew as love. Views debating views, the verbal pushes and shovels are the gravest hits of hits. The deathbed, the cruelest down to love, the wilted rose in my sweaty palm, my fading grip upon what I reminisce as calm. No, never shall I love again. I have no heart left for such blunderous extravagance. It is beautifully sad, and the
Beautifully
loss,
sad.
as I said, the loss of a spouse,
Mm,
of a wife or a husband, can only be experienced in the experience itself.
mm,
I don't think, even as a poet, I don't think I can
mm.
possibly write it in the way that it is actually felt by the person themselves. Exactly.
No,
God
not
forbid,
if you
yeah.
haven't gone
And
through it, and God forbid. Yeah,
wow,
exactly. Yeah,
that is you put it
yeah.
in a nutshell there. It was beautifully sad.
Mm,
And it's some people will laugh at you saying, what do you mean beautifully sad? Sadness
mm,
has its own
mm,
beauty. It really does.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Well, it was beautiful in the way that Kathy wrote it.
Yeah.
It's the content is
She
sad,
expressed it
but she
beautifully. Yes,
wrote it
exactly. Yes.
beautifully. So yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and now I have a lovely piece. It's a free verse by Laura Romig, and it's called Memories. Sometimes when life hasn't gone my way, I yearn for the quiet times of my childhood, standing at the water's edge with the ocean tickling my toes, jumping in the water where the ocean runs deep, swimming back through the strong current, where at last I can stand, feeling the sand dollars, where I walk gently as not to break their fragile existence, watching the phosphorus sparkling like diamonds, while I watch the tangerine sky of sunrise bursting into another wonderful day. Before it gets too hot, I grab my pole and bait, heading for the long pier, listening to the creak of the wood, walking to the end of the weather-beaten old pier, casting my line just as my father taught me, breathing in the salt air, waiting patiently for the first nibble. Pulling back hard, I began to reel as fast as I can. Not like other homes, we will not have bacon or eggs, but the fish I cleaned and brought to the kitchen. Following breakfast, there are dishes to be washed and beds to be made. After I wander the long white beach gathering seashells, while in my present life things don't seem so difficult or challenging. Refreshed and renewed with memories of my childhood from long, long ago, where the wind was warm and the sound of gulls was music to my ears. Now I live in the mountains, where the forest and animals awaken my spirits, no longer wandering long beaches, but following the streams, flowing through the deep forest with the smell of pine. I bow my head in prayer, and I am at peace again.
Oh, I love that. There's a feeling of being there, isn't
I
there,
know.
with that one?
You can imagine
Yes.
sitting and reading those words round a log fire, a wood fire in a log
Oh,
cabin
yes.
in the middle of a remote
Oh,
forest somewhere.
keep me a
Oh, to
log.
be
Keep
there.
me a log. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that.
Oh.
I'll save you a place by the fire. That's it. I'm
Are you?
taking off now. I'm
Finish your
going to go and
poetry
find me a
first.
log
These
cabin.
people have come to listen to the poetry. Get your log cabin when you're finished. Oh,
All right then. Just
thank
for you. I'll stay a bit longer, and then I'm off to find my log cabin.
Is it me or you? Okay. All
I think
Things
you should go.
Moonbright by Annie Johnson.
I thought you were going to burst into song then.
Things bright
Thought we were getting a hymn.
and beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going.
Are we ready? I'm not reading the title again
Oh yes.
because it starts at the start
Okay.
of the first line.
Okay.
All things moonbright live in the soul, where the sun stares from the distance, and the rain rides the draughts of the high plateaus. Boots flow into streams of gold, and eagles fly over the earth's rimless sky. Vultures pick the bones of buffalo, fallen from the arrows of long-drawn bows. When feathers touch the clouds, and the song of the wolves clung like echoes to the mountain peaks, snagged by a cloudless sky on the backs of quaking thunder and clawing bears. Life forever faced the east and morning. Sleep faded into the shadows of night, and campfires died smoking among the stars. Dreams whispered with the voice of the owl. The paths of the stars were cold and sacred, where people lived by the will of the drums, and breathed the dust of their dancing feet. All souls sang the song of the earth, and the universe hung above their spirits, like the indrawn breath of the first rosy dawn. Thank you, Annie.
Oh yeah. Again, that piece. I think I was hunting, wasn't I? And you were on the phone, and I was like, oh. There's an Annie Johnson
We love
piece
that.
just gone up. And I read it out to you, and you went, yeah, we'll have
straight
that.
away. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned
Yeah. Yeah.
Alexander there a few minutes ago.
What? Go on.
And oddly enough, we have one of Alexander's poems here.
Mm.
Yeah, but she's just ignoring us tonight. She just blew
You
us
do.
out. Nah,
Aw.
she's never busy.
Maybe
Never
she's busy
That woman
with
is never
Christmas
busy.
stuff.
Either
Perhaps
that or
she's pumping up the
barred.
tyres on
One or
Santa's
the other.
sleigh. I don't know. Getting him. Yeah. Will you stop?
Go on.
Okay, and then I have a piece called Time by Amanda Elise Zylstra. Time is a valuable thing. There are only so many moments available in each day, in each lifetime. Use your time wisely. Don't stew in your misery. Don't pick the scabs of others. Don't lash out at the innocent. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on being a better person. Negativity will manifest. Ghosts will haunt you with their sorrow. Your mind is a self-built prison. Let the sunshine into your cell. View the world in a more positive way. Listen to the birds sing. Pay attention to the details that make each of us unique. Don't tear apart everyone's flaws. Don't be so quick to judge a book by its cover. We are only mortals, humans put on earth. Our time is limited. A lifetime can pass in the blink of an eye. Find beauty in the small things, like buds on a tree getting ready to bloom. Spring is a time for rebirth. Spring is a time to tuck your demons into bed for good. Let go of the hate inside you. Learn to accept others as they are. Perhaps one day the world will welcome you with open arms and an
Yes, I
open
know.
mind.
Always have an open mind. You can, but we should always try and
We can only live
keep
in
it
hope,
open
can't we?
because I think you get more choice and more selection with an open mind than you do with a closed, tunnel vision thought pattern. Really and
Oh
truly.
God, yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, when we
Ourselves,
stew
yeah,
and
we hurt
fester, the only
ourselves to
person it's
pieces, yeah.
affecting is us,
We
isn't it?
drag ourselves down.
Yeah. And maybe the people closest, yeah, like somebody can upset you on the internet over something, and if you stew, it's you
And
and
the
the
people
people
on the
around you
internet, the
that are going to,
keyboard
going
warriors,
to,
just
going to
sit
suffer.
back and let it happen.
Um,
Yes. We know what buttons to press, don't
just
we? Oh.
keep on keeping
Hey,
on,
by
don't
the
they?
way, what did the pirate say when he turned
Yeah.
80 years
No,
old? I'm 80.
no idea.
Get in!
Lovely.
Oh, I
Well
am.
done.
Oh, I am.
Congratulations. You must be so proud. Oh, good Lord. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Knock, knock. Dwayne.
Wait, who?
Dwayne the
Dwayne,
bathtub, I'm
damn!
drowning.
Hey, we can give that. We can give that to Dwayne Leon Rankin there.
There you go, Dwayne. That one's just for you.
Dwayne, we got to Dwayne the
Dwayne.
Bat.
Yeah, that one's just for you.
Nina drowning.
I'm drowning. And then I have one called, this is similar actually, following on from that last one. Walk Away by Andy Carpenter. Moving on from the flames of my past, burning the old me is dying. Cinder and ash for the choices I've made, nothing stains forever. I can feel the flames licking at my guilt, removing the hurtful wounds I said. When the fire is done, new pages turn to begin again. Am I scared of the heat? Do I fear of what I lose to dust? If from the dust the new me is born, rising from the ashes anew, so today I draw a line. I mark a point of ending and beginning. Deciding to forgive myself, I burn my past
That's the
and
best thing
walk
to do
away.
at the best of times. Walk away. But we don't. Again, we fester ourselves. What?
Is
What?
your hair going up your nose?
I hope so. I
Is
hope it's not
your
something
beard
coming
hair
down.
going up your nose? Or are you just growing it? Are you just growing it down and it's just meeting in the middle? Is it? Oh my God, that's so much better. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals?
Not a clue. You're
Philippe
on
Fallope.
tonight, you are, aren't you?
Ridiculous. I've always liked that joke. Anyway, go on, off you go.
Pre-Christmas by Alexandra H. Rodriguez.
Ah, yeah.
I was going to say her
Rodriguez.
Cecily, but that was her maiden name. So it's Alexandra H. Rodriguez. Bitter cold it is, with an icy wind galore. Forecast predict for tomorrow, even more. Christmas decorations scatter on the street. Some hide under plastic reindeer feet. A hustle for last minute shopping does set in. Who did the biggest Black Friday discount win? Where should we plan this year to celebrate? Will the one I love invite me for a Christmas date? Could fog or snow cause the flight plans trouble? Shouldn't we pray for those who suffer in war's rubble? From a Christmas market blaring music does sound. Or is it from a pub where hangouts sit around? Christmas trees get torn from thinning woods. Merchants on curbs peddle illegal goods. Colours too bright glitter and jingle in the breeze. Noise and excitement leaves no space for peace. I want to contemplate calmly about the reason, which is the actual background for this season. Of course, I want kids to have the expected fun. Only it should, with a little more class, be done. Let us remember peace and holiness from long past. Just plain white candles and memories that last. It is a beautiful piece, that, yes.
That's a lovely piece from Alexandra, isn't it? And then she put out another one
Indeed,
today, but we're going to
yes.
have that one next
Did we,
week.
did we save that one? We did, didn't we? I did. We did. I did.
The royal we, yes, I saved it.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I mean about having the best members and the best team in the whole of the internet on the Dear John show. These people, I can rely on them every day of the week. Absolutely not that. And this lady, come on, get on and read something.
Right. Okay. Being Remembered by Arlene Corwin. How would you like to be remembered? Do you leave a name unblemished? It seems to be today's decor that it is fame one's going for. Instant fame and more. Life affirming while you're living. Your ambition, do you listen? Does it have humility as spark? Candidness, the best of trademarks? Honesty, transparency, a structure or a stricture? Does the structure have self-knowledge and the willingness to say, I'm wrong? A part of songs you wish to sow? Bona fide fame comes slowly, doesn't last if it comes fast. Real work lurks in its background. Lack of vanity to say you're so-so, and indifference to fiasco. But the trend is chasing marathons, travelling to distant lands, building ships on sinking sands, in lands where lava sleeps and water ever creeps, onto small isles that tremble. Be remembered as the good go-getter for a better world, the ground of future fertile worth whose girth is round. I wouldn't mind being remembered, wouldn't mind having an influence. Must it be vanity? It doesn't feel like vanity, more like a sanity. It being more a pyre to prepare a sharing. Maybe teach ongoing insight with its own ongoing fire, from the knowledge that I'm small, don't know it all. A pulse and impulse from within that shouts, will out. Beat quietly in word, wanting somehow to be heard. When I myself
It's a
have
very clever
died,
piece, and I
all
love the
dead.
rhyming of the opposites. There's a whole piece of opposites all the way through, and it's rhymed. That's very, very clever.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, and it is how do we want to be remembered, isn't it? What legacy are we going to
absolutely
leave,
powerful. Hey, do you know what?
Yeah, so
I'm
I love
going
that
mad to
piece
get to
from
the end of
Arlene.
my page. Not to get all the poems out of the way or anything. Just at the end of the page, we have a wonderful story tonight, don't we? I have an absolutely beautiful little story tonight.
We do, yeah.
I have.
You've been
Do you
like
know,
a
guys, I'm gonna let you
child
in
with a
secret.
lollipop
I even read
all
it to
week.
myself at night for the last 2 nights before I close my eyes. Yeah, I read this story. See, nobody.
Oh
I
my
said this to you
God,
before, Nina.
you're so
I have
sweet.
that great longing inside of the soul of me for somebody to read me a bedtime story. And I honestly, I would love to sit in the chair across the room, somebody in the chair across the other side of the room, and read me a story. Just tell me a story. I've told so many stories over this. Get away, Toronto. What you may call it. I've told so many stories over the years. I would love to actually sit back and.
You're a bit far away from me. But
No,
I'll record you one.
It's
How
not
about
the
that? I'll
same.
record you a bedtime story.
I might as well get. I might as well
Well, I'm not
get
travelling
killed
3.5
or something. Do
hours
you know what
to
I mean?
read you a bedtime story.
It's not the same. I don't want kids. I
We'll
just said
get
I don't
blooming
want get
Kindle
out my
then.
nose here. I'm gonna throw it out of the pram now. I'm gonna
Don't
throw the
throw
whole
your
lot out of the
beard out the pram. God.
So the baby and all, yeah, and the bath water, the whole lot's going. But yeah, just one of those things. I'm not losing me drift now. I'm not going on a tantrum there and it's took me away. So I'm gonna do
Yeah, exactly. See what throwing
exactly.
a tantrum
I'm all
does?
itchy now.
Puts you off
God's
kilter.
gift by the man himself. Drummer. I miss me drum roll
Dale
now.
Warren.
All right, okay. Dale Warren. Right, Dale. Here
Did I
we
just
go.
steal your
Let's see
thunder?
what
Sorry,
you're made
darling.
of. Are we ready? Get you back on this one, mate. Wait till I get to the last words. God's Gift by Dale Warren. The star was bright in the sky, reflecting the love from God's eye. Those that saw it were thrilled with delight, for they had never seen such a wonderful light. There were some that said, "We must go, that we may understand what the angels know." They saw the star shining bright above the manger that night. They stood in awe of this amazing place, for there in the middle was God's grace. They had some gifts that they did share, but they felt as if they were hollow and bare. They gave their gifts of worldly things, and God gave them the King of Kings. That's a lovely little piece, Dale. Absolutely lovely little piece, especially for Christmas. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, indeedy doody. I've got the David Lewis Paget story.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. So I'm not jealous at all. Go on then.
I won't ask you where you keep them. This is called Birds of a Feather.
I'm so.
Settle in. I have always been unstable since that day in '53, when a bolt of lightning lit me in that poor old acorn tree, when the tree split down the middle, taking my half to the ground, and that clap of awful thunder left me lying with no sound. I was dazed and phased and humbled in a new but silent world, while my brain had seemed to tumble as my mind and vision whirled. I could see a host of demons grinning down and mocking me from the topmost of the branches that remained within that tree. While my hearing soon recovered, I was suffering from shock and could hear the voices whispering behind the mantel clock. And I'd catch a glimpse of shadows at the corner of each eye as they whispered, "Did we get him? And is he about to die?" So I grew up feeling paranoid, for others couldn't see all the movements in the shadows that were now surrounding me, and they couldn't hear the whispers in the pillow as I slept that would tease and torment me till I woke and sat and wept. Then I made a friend called Jenny, who had issues of her own. She'd burnt out her brain on acid till her wits and mind had flown. We were two birds of a feather as we huddled in our den and exchanged our sights and whispers from beyond the world of men. But I thanked the Lord for Jenny, for his largesse from above. Though her pound was like a penny, still I think I fell in love. We could manage all our demons if we held each other tight. Though our oranges were lemons, we still made love every night. We would often go out walking in the country for the air, although still our shades and whispers, they would follow us out there. Then beside an old canal one day, the water sparkled bright, and Jenny stood transfigured at that awesome magic sight. "I think I'll walk on water," was the last thing that she said. Then stepping off the towpath in a moment, she was dead. I reached and tried to reel her in by tugging at her hair, but she remained face down and left me, deep in my despair. My voices have deserted me, my shades they never come. I sit here in my silent world, ignoring everyone. They say it's shock and horror that has put me in this trance. My mind is full of Jenny now, and all
Mine
we
can
do
tell
is
a
dance.
story from top to bottom, upside down, inside out. Absolutely wonderful.
I've literally, from my toes up, I'm not exaggerating, from
The
my
way up,
toes up, I
yes.
can feel that tingling
Absolutely.
all the
Wow.
way up me.
Fantastic piece.
Yeah, yeah. Now well, I'm not sure you'd want to go on a bedtime story
Yeah,
with all of
without a
his,
shadow
but
of doubt.
yeah, can tell a story, that's for sure. Incredible writing. Incredible writing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have a look down for you.
How many
That's
more have you got left?
one. 6 pages later, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 left, yeah?
You better do some reading then.
5, I
Right,
think.
you better do some reading
4 or
then.
5. It's just one of them is 3 pages long. I'm gonna need to take breathing lessons for this one. 'Twas the night before Christmas. No, it wasn't. I'll start again. Take 2. 'Twas the night before by Dwayne Leon Rankin. Now, before anybody says anything, don't ask me the night before what because
Oh,
he didn't say
yeah.
it, okay? So let's just take it for what it is. You have reserves.
Too right I have.
Brilliant.
That's all I've got.
Yeah,
I need
tell
rehydrating.
me. Let's see what I'm gonna need after this. I'm gonna need Sandra's nebulizer. 'Twas the night before by Dwayne Leon Rankin. 'Twas the night before the morrow, and nothing was heard. Not a peak, nor a squeal, not a whisper or word. Not a thought was then given when the fire was made. Within that old fireplace, the firewood was laid. All tucked in their beds, with those sounds of the winter, their hearts filled with dread. Oh my God, am I missing something here? I'll have to start again, Nina, sorry. 'Twas the night before the morrow, and nothing was heard. Not a peak, not a squeal, not a whisper or word. Not a thought was then given when the fire was made. Within that old fireplace, the firewood was laid. The children were laid all tucked in their beds, with those sounds of the winter, their hearts filled with dread. The winds were a blowing, that snow all around, as I looked out the window and crossed that cold ground. And then with that fire, and the room getting warm, I was glad to just sit there, kept from winter's storm, when all of a sudden I heard a great shout, and saw a large person who ran all about. 'Twas then I remembered the time and date, and just as I saw him, my thought was, "Oh, great!" His bottom was scorched, his suit was now black, as he came jumping out, and picked up his sack. He slipped me a look, and gave a small wink, and he went to the kitchen and sat in the sink. He gave a soft sigh as he tightened his belt, went up to the tree, and by it he knelt. And then to my wonder I saw him placed there, bright presents for all, but for me just a glare. He pulled out for me, placed in a small bowl, much to my surprise, a lump of black coal. He brushed off his suit and shook his white beard, his white head. No present for me, just some coal found instead. He called for the sled with his reindeer as well. Then at me they stared, as they sniffed the scorched smell. How much to my wonder and to my surprise, as the sleigh took right off, I heard his loud cries. Those reindeer he called out, each one by their name. A touch of dark smoke, a flash and bright flame. I heard him then slap and cry out in pain. Oh, drat this soft snow. Please send me some rain. To the hospital quick, and don't be too slow. I heard him give holler as he flew through that snow. Santa got his ass burned. Yeah.
He did, didn't he? Wow. It's kind of what we think
Yeah, to be
should
honest,
happen
beginning to
anyway,
wonder,
although
even
not
as a
many
child
people have
growing up, I used
chimneys
to wonder, how the
nowadays,
hell
do
does he
they?
get down all these chimneys without going on fire, you know? Does nobody light fires? Goodness.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Perhaps I was going to say, perhaps he
Yeah.
puts them out with the
So listen,
cherry,
have
but
you
that would
only
just.
got poems left, or do you have something to read? Have you? So many poems have you
I
left?
have something to read as well.
Yeah?
Mm,
Because it's
3,
nearly Monday
I
now.
think. 3 or 4. Mm.
No, we never rush
Well, we'll
on
have to
this
get a wiggle
show.
on then, won't we?
Never, ever rush on this show. So you got 3 left. I got about 3 or 4 left as well, haven't I? So go on, you break in.
Yeah,
Go on.
I've got 4, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this is a poem by Jason Conway, The Ink Warrior, and it was written for World Mental
Yes.
Health Day. So I thought it was important that we shared it. And it's called Dawning Wings. Placid charcoal ripples welcomed anticipation, as beaks chattered and plumes prickled, like a chorus of clams expecting the deep, and pale urchins bracing for impact. A group of fledgling waders approached a slope, unsure of their webbed footings, uncertain of their natural conditioning, but determined nonetheless to impress their flock. The calm, rhythmic surface beckoned, hypnotizing the dawn procession, ushering movement and clearing thought, as gliding baptisms descended into black. The chilled expanse submerged its pilgrims, reducing frames to all but bobbing islands, as they drifted silently and smoothly away, merging with the soothing, silky blanket. In the distance, a misted pastel shoreline glowed of peach and purple warmth, a mystical land where dreams are born, to welcome the light of day once more, as colours drenched the darkened waters in a masterpiece of riches, a fitting bounty for these new disciples worshipping the gods of the sea. Rites of passage recalled in squawk and flap, while feathered shawls heat beating hearts, and seal a shared ascendance. This once naive and unruffled crew became a united congregation in the mindful celebration of Mother's family, a dawning self-awareness with hope to seize that every flock can float on starry seas.
Like,
I love the idea of them that the babies
yeah.
going out onto the water and
Under the mother's
achieving and
watchful eye. Yeah,
under mother's
absolutely
watchful.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow. Isn't it?
yeah. The description in there is lovely. I read it a couple of times,
Oh,
and
that
the
is
more
lovely.
I
That
read
is. I
it, the
did
more I
enjoy
got
that.
from it.
Yeah.
I love
That
that.
carried me. And no, I wasn't vaping Dale,
Yeah,
squeal, or
yeah.
rat telling on me now, yeah. Oh, you know who your friends are in this audience, don't you? Really and truly. Even Santa can't get away with nothing here. Wait till
Mm,
John comes back. You know about it when John is back. Yeah, oh yeah.
no.
He's off for the night. So I'm to do another one. Well,
Go on, do another one.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing the disclaimer
Hmm.
on this one because this is how I was told to pronounce the gentleman's name. Okay? So if I get it wrong, don't blame me. I won't put a name to who told me, but don't blame me. No More in Chains by Stuart Saved. Lost and broken, tired and wired. And once again for addiction, my body's hired. Paying the price for addiction's peace that costs so much for the pain to cease. But the pain and hurt does not disappear because the deeper in, the more the fear. Addiction don't just want payment. It don't just want cash. It wants your life and your breath be your last. No more joy or love to hold on to. Addiction wants it all, and it will take it all from you. The fear of falling, the constant fear of doubt. The walls are closing. Will I ever get out? Who will save this soul, this man so wretched? Thanks be to God for the sun's arm that's outstretched, reaching down beneath the waves to pull me up and out of these and out to see me saved. Now I'm kneeling down, but looking up in all surrender. The Father's grace, my Saviour's splendor. No more addiction, no more poison in my veins, for I am in Christ, no more in chains. His words, my pen. Yeah,
You can hear the struggle in that one, can't you? The inner turmoil. Yeah, lovely piece. And I have a really fascinating piece because it's actually a conversation. It's by Richard Doiron and it's called The Poet and the Cloud of Clouds. And we both loved this one, didn't we? Yeah. And the student, ever so curious and contemplative, with aspirations also to penmanship, asked the poet about his world of poems, and the man whose pen was plied no end replied, "Poems are raindrops that perpetually fall, descending from a cloud suspended atop a sky for ever changing, but for the cloud itself, which remains unchanged." "But the poems themselves," the student interjected, "they would be, first and foremost, absorbed into that cloud by way of the metaphoric mist of inspiration." "Ah, but you see there is no metaphoric mist. This is the misconception," retorted the man, whose tomes numbered more than many. "The cloud is its own reality and its own reason for being. To break it down into mechanics is not to understand its essence." "But I should have thought," said the student. "Yes, it is for thought," said the poet. "It is for thinkers to think, which is apropos to process. But it is never to paint the cloud from its inherent place atop the sky, where it has set since creation itself invoked its mandates and meanings." "And so," said the student, eyes enlarged and eager, "it is to connect forever to forever. It is to see the sun and moon and stars as if they were but that nascent spark. It is to stand atop the bridge of knowing. It is to answer the question that has no need to be asked." And so it was that day that the poet smiled his warm smile, looked up into the heavens, and turned and walked on toward the setting sun. Then of a sudden he turned and looked back upon that very spot where he had recently stood, and saw that he was yet standing there. And he saw the rain descend, as it had always descended, and he counted his blessings, though there was no need to thank them.
Brilliant piece. I loved it the first day you read it to me. Because you found and said to me, have a listen to this, yeah?
Isn't it amazing?
Brilliant conversation.
What a clever idea. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I've not come across anything like that before now. It fascinated me.
We have Just Another Christmas by Ken Burrows. Yeah? Puts the Grinch to shame.
Yeah.
In some parts. And I love the Grinch.
Oh. Yeah, I love the Grinch. I'm married to him.
Another stinking Christmas. There'll be no one who will come. But then again, who'd want to? There's no presents to be won. I know when they were younger, the celebrations weren't much. And now I feel their hunger, miss their loving, gentle touch. Times today do not allow our families to stay close. It leaves its reason somehow to want another dose. If we had it to do over, who knows how much we'd change? Maybe stay a little closer and not spread out across the range. But this want to be needed, just an hour or so with me, is worth more than any present seeded under some old Christmas tree. It is, yeah.
That was a good
Things
one
have
from
changed
Ken. I
so
like
much, and
that.
things have gotten so busy. I mean, we work 7 days a week now. Just every day of the week is a working day, and we don't have
Yeah.
that time to
Mm,
spend together,
mm.
really, do we?
No, it's not. It's not. It can be like that it's not family
Yeah,
time anymore. It's just like, right, Christmas Day,
exactly.
Boxing Day, back to work. Yeah, there's no time off, no time to relax, no time to connect, is there? But yeah. And then I have another little story piece essentially, and this is a beautiful piece. And Christina doesn't pop up very often, but when she does, she puts 2 or 3 pieces up, and they're always lovely. So this is Christina Hélène Bray, and it's sewing. My fingers they are sewing, and although I'm sore and tired, my back aching from daily toil, I also feel inspired. Each time I sew, I feel a link I sense but cannot know, a link to women who have sewed in days of long ago. I sense the weary mother who makes a cloak for her child, to chide away the chill when winter days turn cruel and wild, the seamstress toiling on a dress for a girl's wedding day, the tailor fashioning a coat for when the skies are grey. I feel the mothers, one by one, whose fingers danced by night, to create gifts their kids could open up at Christmas light. I feel those who traded their sleep after each summer day, to ensure that Christmas would dawn with baubles bright and gay. So to the women who worked on till they were wont to sleep, to form a patchwork blanket or socks for their children's feet, thank you for sitting with me now, while my bent fingers sew. With every little stitch I form, a part of my soul knows that in spite of my weary hands, Christmas magic is flowing, with the spirit of love through me, while my two
Wow,
hands are sewing.
wow, isn't it
Oh
just
no, super sweet.
absolutely?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
another
Yes,
round the
exactly.
fire
Yes, and
story,
you know, I
isn't
can
it?
picture
Yeah.
them sitting in the little circle on
Mm,
little two-faced stools or whatever the hell, yeah, and sewing away and doing that
I
quilt.
know, I
Yes,
know.
it does.
It just
It
makes you
does
feel
because the
all
heating's not
warm and
on.
fuzzy.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm steaming.
But
Absolutely
you're warm
steaming.
enough. I can see it down your neck down his. It's
Probably it's
either
an
that or an
allergic
allergic
reaction,
reaction.
yeah. Farewell to Susie by Hannington Womo. Oh, why are you so radiant, merciful sun? And why are the birds so gay? Do you know our romantic rounds are done, and I now must go away? If you sheltered behind a cloud, I would dream you were aware of my pain, and all birds singing a sad melody would seem to be cheering my final train. And why are you so sad, dearest sweetheart? Why are your cute eyes overcast? Are they so gloomy because you know we must part? Do you think this kiss is our last? Then kiss me again and swallow that lump of fear and whisper your goodbye. Your bespectacled face is too sweet for the stain of a tear, and your smile is the sun in my sky. Oh.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yes,
Special
exactly,
piece, and that's a
yes.
new
And
person to the show,
we
isn't it?
said this before, we say it again. It's brilliant when you bring
Yeah,
new people in because somehow it grows the actual community that we have, yeah? And there you
mm.
go.
We've got
Absolutely
another 3
fantastic,
follows
yeah?
today.
And we the growth of it,
Mm,
and we have those that are there
yeah,
from the very start, moving through all the shows. And they are so welcoming to everybody that
yeah,
comes through this door.
yeah,
So welcoming. And that is just a beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful thing.
absolutely, yeah. Well, this is how we want it to feel, isn't it? We want it to feel like you can sit down round the fire
Yes.
and just listen to some stories being told, and
I
then
mean, one day a week,
everybody will
put a
put an
few
arm
hours away
round.
for
Yeah.
yourself.
Mm,
Just a few hours away. They're yours. Nobody else owns them. It's your breath. It's your life.
mm,
It's
mm.
and do what you can.
Yeah, sometimes
Exactly.
sometimes
Stay back.
you need
It's
to
my
tell the
time now.
world to
I'll get
back
you
off, don't you?
tomorrow. And there's nothing that won't wait until later.
Yeah,
Everything has its time.
yeah. Right. So I have The Spirit of Christmas by John Herlihy. Where, oh where has the spirit of Christmas gone? The spirit of future and past suddenly gone wrong. For one day a year let there be one brief moment, full of serenity and peace in personal atonement. We fill our lives in the wasteful pursuit of idle hours. We seek fulfillment in vain dreams of superpowers, lost in the superficial wonder of a modern identity, bereft of any true notion of who we might really be. Let us remember for one brief moment in the year a child who offered his heart on the point of a spear, wrapped in ragged swaddling clothes in a manger, the one true friend who arrived as a perfect stranger. To remember the spirit of peace and love we all desired, to reflect the spirit of Christmas the Christ
Very
child
deep.
inspired.
Now. Yes.
Well, on that note of,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Where has the spirit of Christmas gone?
And it has gone.
Exactly. Yeah.
He
John
does,
manages
doesn't he?
to
And he puts it in a
say it all
nutshell
in a
for
very
us
few
there, you know,
words,
because the
doesn't he?
spirit of Christmas has actually
Mm,
gone. Like everything
mm.
else, gone. Have you got more read?
Yeah. To a certain degree. I have the one this fantastic piece from I've got one left
You do.
essentially, and
You
then
do
a
that. You're going to do
story.
your story and we go out on this
So
little story that I was talking about. Yeah.
well, I have one more poem, which is this one that Jessie sent us.
Which one?
Yeah. So this was written by a Lance Corporal James M. Schmidt, and he was a United States Marine, and it's dated 1987.
Wow.
So it's 31 years old, this piece, and it's called A Soldier's Silent Night. 'Twas the night before Christmas, he lived all alone, in a one-bedroom house made of plaster and stone. I had come down the chimney with presents to give, and to see just who in this home did live. I looked all about, a strange sight I did see. No tinsel, no presents, not even a tree. No stockings by mantle, just boots filled with sand. On the wall hung pictures of far distant lands, with medals and badges, awards of all kinds. A sobering thought came through my mind, for this house was different. It was dark and dreary. I found the home of a soldier once, I could see clearly. The soldier lay sleeping, silent, alone, curled up on the floor in this one-bedroom home. The face was so gentle, the room in disorder, not how I pictured a United States soldier. Was this the hero of whom I'd just read, curled up on a poncho, the floor for a bed? I realized the families that I saw this night owed their lives to these soldiers who were willing to fight. Soon round the world the children would play, and grown-ups would celebrate a bright Christmas day. They all enjoyed freedom each month of the year, because of the soldiers like the one lying here. I couldn't help wonder how many lay alone on a cold Christmas Eve in a land far from home. The very thought brought a tear to my eye. I dropped to my knees and started to cry. The soldier awakened and I heard a rough voice. Santa, don't cry. This life is my choice. I fight for freedom. I don't ask for more. My life is my God, my country, my core. The soldier rode over and drifted to sleep. I couldn't control it. I continued to weep. I kept watch for hours, so silent and still, and we both shivered from the cold night's chill. I didn't want to leave on that cold, dark night, this guardian of honour, so willing to fight. Then the soldier rolled over with a voice soft and pure, whispered, "Carry on, Santa. It's Christmas Day, all secure." One look at my watch, and I knew he was right. Merry Christmas, my friend,
Some
and
peace,
to
that
all
is.
a good
Absolutely
night.
some peace. Wow. Hello,
I'm
Alexandra.
glad I got through that one.
Alexandra's just gotten in.
I was
Wow.
beginning to, whew, yeah. Ah, yeah, that was big. As I was getting further and further
Yeah.
down, that was beginning to
Yeah.
sink a bit too deep.
Yeah. And it
So
still gets
yeah,
his teeth in.
31 years old that piece
Yeah.
is.
Oh, big time.
Those words will always
Yes.
hit home, won't they?
Absolutely.
Words are timeless. Words are timeless. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Well, I've still got
And
a
then I have a
poem.
quote.
You know, I'm not going on to your story yet. I'm just
Oh,
doing a
okay.
poem. Walk by Franklin James. The sun hides and the moon goes black, yet I'll still walk full of dignity. Even if I'm basking in solitude and the days are dark, I'll use the tears from my cheeks to satisfy my thirst for victory. When hope is in chaos and the world is engulfed in flames, I will pursue the goal for which I was sent. I will let none deter me from my path. For alone I was born, alone death I will see.
Mm. Yeah, that's
We did.
we liked that piece, didn't we? We did like that piece. Very short and sweet. Yeah. And then my little piece is it was a quote that I saw on the internet. Deep in the soul, below pain, below all the distraction of life, is a silence vast and grand, an infinite ocean of calm, which nothing can disturb, nature's own exceeding peace, which passes understanding, that which we seek with passionate longing, here and there, upward and outward, we find at
Somebody said
last
to
within
you, he
ourselves.
said to you today actually,
And we do.
until things are running against the grain, you don't actually know what that strength is within you. You really and
Mm,
truly don't. And you can
mm,
surprise yourself, but
mm.
hell, when it breaks, you get a little break, you just absolutely
I know.
drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. And that's where there's this little two-line quote here, which you and I both fell in love with. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that
Yes.
within me there lay
And
an
yes,
invincible
what a
summer.
way of putting it. That is absolutely. Isn't it amazing how some of the best quotes in the world are all nature related?
Mm.
Natural. That's
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
doesn't she
Pretty much.
just?
Well, nature's got a
Doesn't
force all
she
of her own,
just?
hasn't she? So positive or
Oh
negative,
wow.
she's forceful, isn't she? And then I have just a little tiny little rhyme which made us both laugh. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pajamas and a pillow for its head. Then last night it ran
Love
away,
that
but first it
piece.
wet the bed. You can imagine a child
Was it a
writing
child?
that, can't you?
Or was it a child within?
I don't know. I don't know. It was
Totally anonymous.
it was anonymous. It was anonymous. Yeah. And then I've got my
Good
letter
God,
to
you've not
Santa,
shut
and
up
I'm
for the
done.
last
And then
15
you
minutes.
can
Go
do
on.
your story.
I like this one
Sorry.
actually. Yeah.
This one will go. This will take you out on a chuckle. Right, hang on.
So
Right,
I've just got after
bear
you
with.
finish,
So
I just got
I need
started with
to.
a tiny little quote.
Yeah, lovely. Okay.
You flashing at me? Love it. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I wore this at bingo the other night for the whole night. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we have. This is a letter from a mum to Santa. Dear Santa, I've been a good mum all year. I've fed, cleaned, and cuddled my two children on demand. Visited the doctor's office more than my doctor. sold 62 cases of candy bars to raise money to plant a shade tree on the school playground, and figured out how to attach 9 patches onto my daughter's Girl Scout sash with staples and a glue gun. I was hoping you could spread my list out over several Christmases, since I had to write this letter with my son's red crayon on the back of a receipt in the laundry room between cycles, and who knows when I'll find any more free time in the next 18 years. Here are my Christmas wishes. I'd like a pair of legs that don't ache after a day of chasing kids, in any colour except purple, which I already have, and arms that don't flap in the breeze but are strong enough to carry a screaming toddler out of the candy aisle in the grocery store. I'd also like a waist, since I lost mine somewhere in the 7th month of my last pregnancy. If you're hauling big ticket items this year, I'd like a car with fingerprint resistant windows and a radio that only plays adult music, a television that doesn't broadcast any programs containing talking animals, and a refrigerator with a secret compartment behind the crisper where I can hide to talk on the phone. On the practical side, I could use a talking daughter doll that says "Yes, Mummy" to boost my parental confidence, along with 1 potty-trained toddler, 2 kids who don't fight, and 3 pairs of jeans that will zip all the way up without the use of power tools. I could also use a recording of Tibetan monks chanting "Don't eat in the living room" and "Take your hands off your brother," because my voice seems to be just out of my children's hearing range and can only be heard by the dog. Please don't forget the Play-Doh travel pack, the hottest stocking stuffer this year for mothers of preschoolers. It comes in 3 fluorescent colours and is guaranteed to crumble on any carpet, making the in-laws' house seem just like mine. If it's too late to find any of these products, I'd settle for enough time to brush my teeth and comb my hair in the same morning, or the luxury of eating food warmer than room temperature without it being served in a styrofoam container. If you don't mind, I could also use a few Christmas miracles to brighten the holiday season. And would it be too much trouble to declare ketchup a vegetable? It would clear my conscience immensely. It would be helpful if you could coerce my children to help around the house without demanding payment, as if they were the bosses of an organised crime family, or if my toddler didn't look so cute sneaking downstairs to eat contraband ice cream in his pyjamas at midnight. Well, Santa, the buzzer on the dryer is ringing, and my son saw my feet under the laundry room door. I think he wants his crayon back. Have a safe trip, and remember to leave your wet boots by the chimney, and come in and dry off by the fire so you don't catch a cold. Help yourself to cookies on the table, but don't eat too many or leave crumbs on the carpet. Yours always, Mum. P.S. One more thing. You can cancel all my requests if you can keep my children young enough to believe in Santa.
Like I always say, never let the child inside die.
Oh, no.
Keep the belief. Keep the faith. Absolutely keep the faith.
I know.
Jump the little. I'm going to read the
Sweet.
quote before I actually. I'm going to go out on the story instead of the quote tonight, yeah? But I like this little quote. A lie doesn't become a
Yeah.
truth. Wrong doesn't become right. And evil doesn't become good just because it's accepted by a majority. Yes. Absolutely.
Truth. Absolute truth.
Now for my
Yeah.
baby. Pooh Bear.
Yeah.
Oh, my favourite all-time growing-up piece. This and Garfield and other little pieces like they were real stories. They were real stories. You could get yourself into them. There's no title for this, by the way. It's just straight into the story, okay? It occurred to Pooh and Piglet that they hadn't heard from Eeyore for several days. So they put on their hats and coats and trotted across the 100-acre wood to Eeyore's stick house. Inside the house was Eeyore. "Hello, Eeyore," said Pooh. "Hello, Pooh." No. "Hello, Pooh. Hello, Piglet," said Eeyore in a glum-sounding voice. "We just thought we'd check in on you," said Piglet, "because we hadn't heard from you. And so we wanted to know if you were okay." Eeyore was silent for a moment. Am I okay? He asked eventually. Well, I don't know, to be honest. Or any of us really okay. That's what I ask myself. All I can tell you, Pooh and Piglet, is that right now I feel rather sad and alone, and not much fun to be around at all. Which is why I haven't bothered you, because you wouldn't want to waste your time hanging out with someone who is sad and alone and not much fun to be around at all, would you now? Pooh looked at Piglet, and Piglet looked at Pooh, and they both sat down, one on either side of Eeyore, in his stick house. Eeyore looked at them in surprise. What are you doing? We're sitting here with you, said Pooh, because we are your friends. And true friends don't care if someone is feeling sad or alone, or not much fun to be around at all. True friends are there for you anyway. And so, here we are. Oh, said Eeyore. Oh. And the three of them sat there in silence, and while Pooh and Piglet said nothing at all, somehow, almost imperceptibly, Eeyore started to feel a very tiny little bit better. Because Pooh and Piglet were there. No more, no less, just there. And we all need somebody to be just there. I love the image. I love the imagery
Yeah.
in the words.
Certainly
the way
do.
This is actually written, because you can actually picture the three of them sitting in the little stick house, and it's the company more so than anything else. We hear this through loneliness so many times, don't we? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the whole story, I mean, we'll put it up in the comments for people to read, obviously, but it's just about being there, isn't it? And I think more so at this time of year, we need to be aware of those that maybe just need
absolutely,
an arm
definitely,
around
yes.
their shoulder, perhaps, or a
Just
phone
the
call.
voice, just an ear, just
Yeah.
someone you can express yourself to, or they can express themselves to you, and you're away
Yeah.
with it. Absolutely magnificent. And Nina Thilo, what a show that has
definitely.
been. That's been a 3-hour beauty tonight. An absolute 3-hour beauty. And
I know.
I'm just glad we got the opportunity to do a Christmas special. And it was very special to us because we covered as many poets as we possibly could. We got our stories in. We got a few little jokes in.
We tried to. Yeah.
The entertainment. That's what Christmas is all about. Entertaining each other, yeah. And they've entertained us with some of the comments that come through too. And I'm absolutely really enjoying tonight. It's absolutely brilliant tonight. I'm really enjoying it.
I'll have to catch up later. You can't take notice of them when you're on camera, even if you're not reading. You're still not really looking at the comments.
I caught a lot of the comments that went out.
We'll catch
absolutely
up later.
So many. And thank you, Kathy. That was so sweet. Kathy said.
Did you?
Story. I love reading stories. I said this to you yesterday, was it? I love reading stories. Not the poetry in particular. I don't feel confident with the poetry. But stories, because I've spoken stories all my life practically. I love doing a story. Yeah? Absolutely love doing a story.
Yeah, no, it's been a long one, but it's been a good one, and we hope people have enjoyed it. They can watch it in parts if
the stages and phases.
If it's too lengthy.
So, Nina, thanks a million for everything you've done to put this show together with me.
Yeah.
You're an absolute star, really and truly.
Okay.
And for Marna and Christine, thank you both very much. Fair play, well read. You're off your tree, yeah.
Stop. Good. It's where I like to be.
Have a lovely week ahead. Have a beautiful Christmas. Really enjoy. Definitely.
Yes,
Good
thank
night,
you,
God
lovely.
bless.
And everybody,
Nina,
have a lovely Christmas.
It easy, and thanks again.
Look after yourselves.
For everything.
Thank you, lovely. You're welcome.
Love you to bits. Have fun. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
What can I say, guys? The lady herself, Nina Thilo. She'll kill me for calling her a lady. She will one of these days. I'm gonna get a punch in the post, and I mean one of them ones. You know, it'll just be sent on its own. Everybody out in the audience tonight, thank you all for a wonderful evening, for giving us all of your work to read here and creating the interconnectivity that happens in here. Absolutely fantastic. I want to wish you all a very, very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you have all the joy in the world and families come together and past hurts are forgotten. It's all about restarting the life. Love yous all to pieces, and I mean that sincerely, otherwise I wouldn't be here every Sunday. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you all next Sunday on the 30th here on the Dear John Show. Good night and God bless everybody. Wonderful Christmas to all.